I have the thing.
Twitch,
Are we
Twitch.
alive? We are.
Will you hear me, Twitch? Am I coming through your ears? I hope I'm coming through your ears, because when I'm coming through your pinky toes, we got a whole different problem. But it might be equally as entertaining, because we are live for another Linux Gamecast Weekly, finishing up a pre super shows where we talked about milking androids. True story. If you're a patron or Twitch sub, go up Patreon actually for that. Go back and listen to it. Calcium, man, it gets shit done like we plan on doing tonight. Got a gang of things to talk about. Man, we're going to make a double-decker. You think a regular Steam Deck is impressive? Wait until you see this. And Final Vendetta. Do you remember the SNES game? Because me and Pedro are going to have a little battle about what exactly is it aping. We're going to get into that. A new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game is coming to Linux. Talking about that. Shipping bottles. There's something you might not want to do. And we have something that is not necessarily a cookie clicker. It's kind of a universal cookie clicker for your Linux desktop that you might be able to make some use for. And Jordan is going to tell you a game that the next generation is going to play instead of NetHack.
Yes.
Did you really try that out?
I did, yeah.
All right. I didn't get a chance. I made it as far as like Pip, and I'm like, bye. Smoke, which, you know, I shouldn't, because it's easy to uninstall everything.
Yeah, the other nice thing you can do is if you do pip install -- user, then it just throws everything in local Python, and then you can throw that folder away.
Or if you do the original setup when you first install pip as a user, everything goes to the user, which is nice.
And I mean, it's not like I have the same problem when I'm in setting up Rust shit, which is equally as bad as like, let's get all of everything for this. I'm like, right. Okay.
Let me introduce you to my friend Node.js.
There was a command that you could basically uninstall everything. You just pointed it at a folder. It's like, this is all the crap
-rf no preserve root. That's the greatest uninstallation command.
It's like, this is like all of the index files of everything that it pulled. Yeah, just read all of them and uninstall everything that it lists. Like, there it goes.
So when you're uninstalling apps or RPMs, I always have a habit, if I'm uninstalling something, I scorched earth it, I throw the asterisk at the end, or I just use purge. Just to be sure. I don't want anything hanging around.
Depends if I'm going to reinstall it again.
I don't know.
I mean, if it's config files and shit, I don't really mind. But, yeah. But like, yeah, if you, I don't know, right? Like, if I uninstall MySQL, I don't necessarily want to blow away all the databases I created. Maybe I want to copy them out. I don't know. I understand why it's done in such a way, and it's probably saved my bacon more than a couple times. So.
Not necessarily you always want to go like scorched earth policy on something, but if it's something I'm just going to try one time, in, out, I nuke from orbit with it. Hopefully, unless it's Luchers. Luchers just laughs at you.
If it's a, like a freshly set up box, then yeah, we'll probably do the purge everything. But if it's been running for a while and I kind of need it to stay running, leave whatever you need to leave to ensure that nothing goes awry.
Oh, this box is absolutely a Franken system now. Like, yeah, getting a new drive back to the state that this one was in, that's gonna take a minute because there's been slow. It's the ship of Theseus, right? I've been slowly modifying shit over time.
Oh man, I saw I think it was R Linux. Somebody pulled up. Here's a question for the audience. What is the easiest way to find out the initial install date of a Linux distribution on a box the first time it was lit up?
The file system.
Yeah, I guess it would be ctime on root.
This guy, like, it was something with like SynMel or something like that. He was looking up for like syslog or something. I don't know. I forget exactly what it was. He found it, and he had some box that had been going on for like 13 years. And I think it was Fedora back in the day, or it started out as Red Hat, went to Fedora, whatnot. On.
Yeah, the in-place upgrade thing that Fedora has rolled out has been super solid to the point where, like, yeah, it's been. I don't know how good that's been over the years, but definitely since like 25 and onward, it's been super fucking rock solid. So
I worry about this because I run Debian, which means there's a bit of a stretch in time. Now you do have the option though, because usually about 6 months outside of a release, I'll switch over to testing and live that life. But that is like new shit coming in every single day, multiple times a day. And it's a bit harrowing. But even with Debian, if you're going to major version, I would suggest Nuke and Pave.
There we go. That's the one I was looking for. Assuming SDA 1 is your root, if not, replace accordingly.
Why would I use SDA when I have NVE 1384-11?
Yes, if you have NVMe 0 P1, I think that's how it goes.
Get wrecked. Fuck that naming. Why couldn't it be like NDA 1? I'm not even joking around. To this day, I do not. I'm sure there's a reason. I hope there is.
NDA was taken probably by some other thing.
NVMe, okay.
Some radio thing, probably.
You see, I'm down with like the NVMe 0, NVMe 1, but it's the N1P1, N1P2 shit that doesn't sit in my brain properly. Doesn't bother these two guys. They're fine.
I mean,
drive
this
0, partition 1.
Yeah. Like, yeah, it's a little verbose. I won't argue that point.
The Wi-Fi, that one is stupid.
The
WL0P2, fuck you.
ENSP 04897P9 or whatever.
Oh, yeah. Networking has come a long way from ETH0.
Yeah, ETH0 and WLAN 0. Was that so hard?
Nope.
I understand why they did it. Like, when you get into the weeds about like sub interfaces and like VLANs and shit, then yeah, kind of matters, but
ENP6S0 for the one the one connection on this box.
What do I got?
I got EPN 9S0 for the Ethernet and the fiber cards EPN 67S0, which just means that anytime I'm fucking with network stuff, I run IPA first.
Okay, so I got ENP38S0 for my main NIC, and then for the point-to-point for Jack, it is excuse me, ENP42S0F3U3, and for and backup wireless is WL01, which is refreshingly short.
Okay, and I think in our brains that works as like, could I guess this with a gun pointed at my head? That one, yes. The wireless, I would give it enough tries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
ENP42SOF3U3.
You would think that, Mr. Alert, but I'm starting to believe that it was just done out of spite. Job security for somebody.
Track it down. It was probably Leonard Puttering.
No, then it would be in your home directory, Pedro.
Oh, Leonard.
Hey, man, you give him static. You know what? Pulse was better than what we had.
No. Like, honestly, like...
The system was better than what we had too.
Leonard is a controversial character, but at the same time, it's necessary to drag Linux kicking and screaming.
I was only half joking, but okay.
Well, here's the thing, then. Like, I've watched, some talks and shit by Leonard, and Leonard's whole take, especially with Pulse Audio, was something that hits home with me. He's like, fuck, I'm the one that's got to do this? Like, no one else is going to step up and do this? All right.
Right.
You're not going to be happy with it, but it'll work.
Yep. Drag kicking and screaming into the new millennium. It's the same thing. It's the same shit with Wayland, right? Like,
Pipewire. I think you mean Katana, and yes, already is.
Python? What? What are we talking about?
Speaking of Leonard,
considering like everything else that it does on top of supporting everything that Pulse already does, yeah, I'd say it's already an improvement.
It's going to support anything ALSA supports.
Yeah.
That's where your drivers live, kids. In the kernel, wrapped in an ALSA blanket.
The advanced Linux sound.
Yeah.
Architecture, isn't it?
Sure. Yeah. I was about to say that.
I don't know what the last A is for.
Yeah, advanced Linux sound architecture. Ha-ha!
Okay.
I wasn't going to fight anybody on that. Yeah.
I'm like, I'm
Sounds right.
pretty sure it's architecture. I remember having to build that package. That's where a lot of my like, oh yeah, that's absolutely a thing in Linux comes from. It's like, I remember having to build that.
I wouldn't expect ALSA to do Bluetooth. Then again, I wouldn't expect Bluetooth to do audio, yet it does.
Yeah, I think just raw ALSA won't do Bluetooth, but yeah, that's when Pulse comes in and the Bluetooth daemon.
I like that they added the battery monitor to Pulse. That's nice.
Yeah, it's pretty dope. Yeah, I remember buying the OSS driver package back in 97, 98. You get full support, all the extra stuff, and bought the MPEG 2 thing so I could play my videos. Bluetooth does also. Also just doesn't do Bluetooth. I don't know. Again, it never crosses my mind to send audio over mothering Bluetooth. Like, yeah, it can be done. You want some extra latency on top of your audio quality hit? Sure.
That's all Nori does. She has the Skull Candy Crushers. She wears them in Bluetooth mode all day. Doesn't take them off for anything unless she's leaving the house.
Yeah, I have them so I can...
Outside of having to filter out Pedro, I could not, while maintaining mobility, I can't think of... And I mean, not completely. You don't want to filter out Pedro completely. She just wants to take off like that 20%.
And when she leaves the house, she leaves the Skull Candy Crushers and she gets her Raycons.
I was very anti Bluetooth headphones until I started working out and had to deal with like fucking wires. And it's like, no, phone goes over here. I still got my music. I can lift my weights and not get accidentally strangled or crush my phone in my pocket with a heavy deadlift.
Yeah, I just use my Alexa. Tower.
Please. The blue Sony Bluetooth headset.
Yeah, I don't wear headsets unless I'm in
this
here.
This one too, which is a Bluetooth speaker.
See, those make sense because I just pick that little fucker up and use that, or I just light the house up with the Sonos. And I'm like, all right.
Yeah, no sound system here. There's a sound bar over there near the HP Touch Smart that's currently acting as the TV that we don't watch. It just plays music. That's it.
Well, I carry my little mini Alexa thingy around like I'm a fucking ood. I've already been over that. That thing goes with me room to room.
Do you have the attachment to your face, or?
No. It got all fussy when I tried to drink out of it. Didn't work for you guys. I drew it up.
Don't put your soup in your Alexa.
Yeah. Don't let him catch you sipping that Alexa, boy.
Yeah, well, you see, that's where I'm thinking about Rohit. Like, wires anywhere near my body and shit, and I'm like lifting weights. Like, no.
Yeah.
I know those feels. To the soundbar. I got, 2 soundbar. I don't fucking use the damn things. I mean, they work. They put sound out, but I don't have like real high expectations out of a soundbar.
I need one for the TV upstairs just because I've been rocking the built-in TV speakers and they sound like shit. Yeah. And now they're starting to die, and I'm like, okay, let's maybe investigate some.
But we look at it differently. We came up when we had that one mono fucking bullshit speaker.
Yeah.
And the tube, and like you listen to like, oh, it's got stereo on the like, yeah, it's but it's way better than what we used. Yeah.
Yeah, I think years of like watching hyper compressed videos from like Kazaa and LimeWire have.
Oh man, quality.
Yeah,
our MVB anime series.
Yeah,
they were like 60 megabytes per episode. Yeah,
exactly. Like I've learned to tolerate quite a bit in terms of like fidelity downgrade.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
because the alternative was nothing. So
that's the battle they had to figure out because they were fighting the wrong battle. It's fidelity. That's the equation: fidelity and accessibility. The barrier to being able to get it. That's what you're fighting. Not like, oh, it's ultra super high quality. They tried to do that. What's his name? Released that like super HD audio triangle brick thing. He's like, yes, this is HD. Nobody fucking bought that. Nobody gives a shit. We grew up listening to MP3s, man.
96 kilobyte MP3s, baby.
128 if you were fancy, man.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I do these in 96.
No, the problem is not the 96 kilobit. The problem is that they use their Nokia phone right up against the speaker of a really crap hi-fi system to record the song. That was the problem.
I'm still irritated that a lot of the music that I pay for, the licensed music, like that you're listening to right now, and I mean, of course, YouTube stuff, I don't have any words on that. I'm like, yeah, YouTube has audio library if it's good. It's still at 44.1 instead of 48. I challenge you to find a fucking device that doesn't do 48. Like even like your most bargain basement mobile phone will do 48. Like I don't think anybody makes a chip that can't do that.
It would have to be purpose built, I think.
I guess it's just one of those standard things that like persists just because
It does, I guess. I mean,
it's like QWERTY or the save icon. In 1,000 years, that's going to be an interesting bit of trivia. Did you know that there were these things called floppy disks that store things on magnets in like these little plastic shells?
you say 1,000 years. I say anybody under the age of 25.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The whole joke about, oh, you 3D printed the save icon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
There was...
Here's a real test. If I asked you, Jordan, could you produce a floppy disk?
Ooh,
Yeah.
maybe. In my brain, there's a green case that I may have thrown out that has a single floppy disk in it, and I don't know if it made it to this house or not.
I know safely because I found like the 5 1/4 caddy that I'd bought, and I took like the 3 or 4 I still had. I threw them in there, so I know I have like 3 or 4. Where that's at, I have an idea, but I know it's still here.
I have an entire box of floppy disks that have old DOS games at my mom's place in Portugal somewhere.
So not here. All right, yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
not in the
yeah,
UK now.
If I go to my mom's house, absolutely she still has floppy disks of some like accounting software from 1992.
That's the parents'
Yeah,
house. So we're not talking about your cold storage backup system.
Yeah.
I need to
Spool
leave
up time
some
on that.
some of the laptops next time I go to Portugal. Take some of the laptops.
I'm just saying
leave them there.
that's the Amazon Glacier of backup.
And then ask my little brother, is like, can you turn that one on? I need to grab something.
And also, this is completely invalid for anybody who's into like retro gaming collecting and shit like that. You have no say. You have no power here.
Jill.
Talking about
Foxy. I'm gonna disqualify Patrick as well because he's just a hoarder.
Yeah, like we're just talking about like cruising around day in, day out.
Yeah.
Because
I got
even
into
like the
collecting
one disc
stuff.
that you have and the disc that I have, I can throw that out and I wouldn't miss them. I just happen to have them laying somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. I think maybe
No optical media.
I think I literally had that still around because it had a BIOS update on it.
You said optical media? Does it have disk drive on it?
No.
Okay, disk drives
that's
aren't.
what
They're not optical. Floppy drives. They're magnetic.
It's physical media. There's
okay.
none. It's like all of the netbooks. They don't have floppies or.
Wait, hang on. It doesn't take SD cards?
Yes, it does.
That's physical media.
But it's stored digitally.
Okay. Tell me more about this analog floppy storage system you've created.
The floppies actually rotate. There's an actual
So do
physical
hard
rotating
drives.
disk
Yeah,
inside.
it's stored digitally, 1s and 0s, baby.
So does this rotate?
Has nothing to do with rotation. It's about storing. Analog is waveform patterns, baby.
Okay, now we're debating semantics.
No,
No,
you
you're not.
barked up the wrong hill, Pedro. You are Like, fucking Venstone has the high ground, man. You're like, no, I can destroy you. I'm gonna do a backflip, and Ven's all like,
No, I'm not. I'm really not.
it's physical. I would say SD cards are physical media. Absolutely.
100%.
Fine, rotating media.
I would just say I don't have shit that
Yeah,
spins
like
in it, but yeah.
it's physical. I can like pull it out and touch it. It's not like virtual media like a JPEG. I can't touch JPEGs regardless of what the NFT bros will tell me I can do in the future in the metaverse.
What about? Well, yeah, SD cards, thumb drives. I mean, that's all. I mean, that's the modern equivalent of floppy
Mechanical,
disk.
yeah, mechanical works. Yeah,
Mechanical, yeah.
Like if you want to like classify it based on like magnetic versus non-magnetic, yeah, sure, because you could throw like tapes and floppies in that category. And
Yeah, like with analog and digital though, like yeah, that's two very, very different things, man. I mean, audiophile is going to come kill somebody if you're like, no, that's not analog, it's digital.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? Pedro, counterpoint. Nintendo DS cards are basically glorified SD cards. That game ships on physical media.
okay. But this all started because I said analog, and yeah.
No, you said physical media.
No, that was the second one. It
Can we
started
play
because
back?
I said analog and optical.
Can we get the playback on that?
Well, I'll go either way.
Instant replay. I don't know.
When you're talking about storage, there's two distinct things. Like Laserdisc is analog, CD's digital. Two completely different, incompatible ways of storing data.
Not with that attitude.
I mean, if you're brave enough, man. Oh dear. Oh no.
Yeah, no. In my brain, it was all, stuff that spins, like floppy drives and CDs. That's all analog optical media. That was my
analog
thing.
optical is, Mr. Alert, it's probably like one of those like video disc. What's his name? It was like shown a couple of times on that YouTube channel. That one guy. I'm sure we all know because it showed up in our feed at one time. It was like RCA's analog video player that was on some type of record.
Oh, the record one. Yeah. I remember that. Yeah.
I can't remember what the channel was, but yes.
Yeah, that general idea. Like,
Yeah,
that one,
but like you basically got like a couple
20
frames.
seconds. Yeah, effectively, right.
Yeah.
120p or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, like you got to use the crank, right? Like we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about cranks for your wank. I took a couple looks. I left that one alone because I read through that one at the beginning of the week, and I'm like, I'm not sure I understand what's happening here.
Which one?
The Rexy Wheels one.
The Rexy?
The wheel.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I mean, I think
What I don't understand is the price. Why?
I had the opposite problem. I feel that I do understand what it is. I'm like, what?
Well, I saw the list of supported games like Donut Country. I'm like, okay, that actually makes sense because maybe like a fishing game or something. I don't know.
Yeah, no, they showed the
Periscope.
shark game, and it's like, oh, you need 3 hands to play that shit with
Spoilers.
that.
Shut up, Zaphod Beeblebrox.
All right. We're still in the pre-show, so we're about to go live for the main show. I'm going to bounce over there. Everybody listening to the audio, that's where we be. Click. That was he was paying attention, or he was just watching it. Mm-hmm. Aha, we're wasting their bandwidth. Yes.
My precious bandwidth.
Oh, man. Some people are still on meter. I mean, bandwidth.
Yeah.
I guess everybody is. Even if you got the unlimited plan, when you hit that mysterious RNG number that they hit you with every month, then it goes down to like 128K.
Unless you're in the EU. Because if they pulled that in the EU, they're liable to get sued. And they do, often.
Man, that sounds nice.
Let me grab something to drink, and we're going to get underway. Reasonably sized show. Not too big this week. So
Yeah, it's
No.
pretty.
Not a whole
pretty
lot of
normal.
back news for a change.
Well, what? It's been, what is it? It's July now? June. It's June now.
Still June, yeah.
Yeah, it just started being June, okay.
4 months, under 4 months, yeah.
Okay, yeah, so I mean, like, that's, and now that, like, people are getting them, and, like, the initial fervor has died down, and people are just like, okay, well, now I have the thing I can play the games on. And stop posting pictures to social media of myself on the toilet with my Steam Deck in one hand and my camera in the other, being like, I'm a elite gamer.
I have the Steam Deck thing on TweetDeck, and I have not seen anyone on the toilet yet.
Have you looked into getting like an overhead toilet mount for your Steam Deck so you can just like suspend it overhead? Have your hands
That's
free.
too much work. If I'm going in there with the Steam Deck, then I just sit down, and when I need to wipe, I put the Steam Deck down, I wipe, wash my hands, pick it back up. There, done.
Well, you could just like stick it on a thing above you, and then it'll just stay there. And then you can watch your cinematics while you wipe.
That's fine. I have the little shelf in the bathroom that holds all the bathroom things, so I can just put the Steam Deck down on one of the shelves there, done.
I don't understand. I need you to draw me a picture.
It's easy. You go on Google and you type IKEA Kallax.
Draw me a picture of you pooping, Pedro. Explain this to me.
I'm not into your anime scat.
I'm not either. I need it for science reasons. I'm a visual learner, Pedro. I need to see. Of course they do. It's on the back. Why do you think they have a rear-mounted camera?
They don't.
Shh. That's what you think.
There's not even a front-facing camera.
That's
Which
what
would have
you
made
think.
sense, you know. For the streamers, you have a front-facing camera there, and
No, there's some great video on Reddit where it was just like someone playing Pokemon, and then like the screen went blank, and you just saw like the awful reflection of their face just from like the bottom up, just like that. We need shit to enhance that. Like you stared at, it, you're like, oh god.
That's whenever I start Elden Ring. It's like the first screen is like full screen, all white. No, I never stop being wrong, FX boy, ever. Ever. That's why I get paid the big bucks. Wait, you get paid?
Yeah, I get paid in like they keep shipping me like big buck hunter machines.
Oh,
I got a dozen of them. I don't know what to do with them. I don't really like big buck hunter, but like Ben keeps sending them to me. I don't know why. Payment.
I am the one who's wrong. I am the worst Heisenberg.
Yeah, I get paid in Linux game coin. Its value scales with the number of Linux users on Steam, so it's never going to be worth anything.
Oh, the Ein Loki, the cheapo one? Yeah. I'm a wait. Those are the ones that I'm going to wait and see what people say first, and then, because that's cheap enough that I could go, yeah, I'd save for a couple of months and just buy one of them.
What are we talking about?
The new Ryzen 4 or Ryzen 6 stuff that's coming out, the new handhelds like the Ein Loki and the Aya Neo Mini that are like turbo cheap.
They just save your money for the Steam Deck too. All right. Good there. Good there.
Ah!
Hey, there's a Pedro. All right. Are you getting too hot, Raspberry Pi? Is that the problem? Oh, you're
Hot
only
pie.
kind of painfully hot to the touch.
Still have my fingerprints. Damn
Right.
it.
Like, I don't smell cooking. So, I mean, that's within operating.
You remember that one bit from Men in Black where Will Smith puts his hand on the giant ball?
Yeah, here, touch my pie. Because it's in that argon case, which is like anti-cooling. It's really good at sucking the heat off the CPU. No way to dissipate it.
Yep.
So it just gets hotter and hotter and hotter. All right.
It's like the Red Hulk.
You put it by the window. It's like there's always some airflow on it.
You know, if I just buy, what I need to do is like, you know, this little heat sinks that you can with a thermal glue and just like turn it into a fucking porcupine, but I could just put it in a better case. I just bought the argon case. I was curious about it. And as with a lot of things, you're like, well, it's already in it. Fuck it.
I don't want to do more work.
Right. All right. Let's kick that in. We are recording. So we do thing. That's how it works. And welcome back to Linux Gamecast Weekly. The show covers the latest Linux gaming news, reviews, how-tos, and most importantly, whatever the hell else we come up with. I'm Vin. That's Jordan. That's Pedro. That's you sitting at home watching this live, hopefully on twitch.tv together, because you formed Shadow Realm Dynamic, that part that enables Cocaine Voltron. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're getting ready for another Linux Gamecast Weekly. In fact, we better be ready, Jordan, because we're on it right now. What say you to this?
I don't believe that. I'm in the past 500 years ago.
Don't poop yourself.
On a sailing ship.
Not full of poop.
No, not full of poop at all. Yeah,
Trying to throw it to you, baby.
Yeah, I figured that, and I'm trying to figure out how to catch that. Anyways, yeah, so I squatted some big numbers this week. I squatted 605 and 615 pounds. That second one went about as well as I could hope. It did feel like I was.
Did you post the video on like your only legs?
I did. Only quads. That's where I'm at. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I posted it in Discord too. It's on YouTube somewhere. But yeah, no, it went pretty well. Tried benching 405. That went less well, but I did get 385. That's a PR. But
that's tight, man.
Yeah, I need bigger titties. That's the takeaway. I need to get my titties bigger and more powerful. And then next time I'll get it. Also, I started playing a game called Celeste Crown of the Magistrate, and I didn't realize I was doing it on Thursday, and I didn't realize that it is like actually utilizing the deepfake offensive toolkit as well as like top level voice synthesizers. So I have constructed a perfect digital recreation of Mr. Foxdog in this game. down to like everything he says, the way he looks, he opens his mouth, and it's just Michael.
Yeah, but it's just Michael. It just says cunt every time.
Yeah. Listen, I have recreated him. This is like some Ghost in the Shell shit now.
He did. If you didn't tune in, I watched probably a good 15, 20 minutes of that in and out. Jordan has set up myself, Pedro, Michael, and who else?
Strider.
And Strider. We're the party, which I'm sure we will die fast and painfully.
Oh yeah. Oh man, I'm a cruel and capricious to God. Yeah.
Because Jordan's like, who do you want to be? And I'm like, you know what? Audience participation. Here I go. I want to be a mongoose wizard. And Jordan's like, so a mage. I'm like, didn't fucking type mage, motherfucker.
I tried to min max you.
You did.
You still got really good stats though, so it's not going to matter too much.
I'm a hobbit mage.
You're scale model 1-to-1 scale model event.
Barely. Yeah, I'm like 0.7. This is all forced perspective too, baby.
Yeah.
That's production values for you. What have I been playing around? I talked about it in the pre super shows and real quick. If you're ever planning to go from like WordPress 5.3 to 6, hold on, clear off that morning or that afternoon. You're going to be tracking stuff back because shit gets changed. This was all because of otters. That's all I'm going to tell you. All because of otters. 100%. I went over there in the pre-show. I think Pedro was zoned out because we found out how much a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle video game cost on G2A. We found a legitimate use to actually go to G2A and look something up. A game that has been pulled off Steam because I was curious. And we placed some bids on it. Apparently, we were all lowballing it just a little bit, Pedro.
A little bit. And it wasn't just pulled off Steam, it was pulled off everywhere because the publisher didn't like it very much and it got a bit panned. Mm-hmm. But yeah, $600 for a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles video game. You got some shoes to fill there, .emu. We'll get to that.
Yeah. Is that it in your life, Pedro? Well, we got in an argument about what constitutes
yes.
storage.
I used the wrong word, so yeah, that's on me. Absolutely. But yes. Speaking of actual physical stuff, I finally got one of the unicorns of the netbook world, the Asus EEE PC 1015PN, and it works. It has the NVIDIA Ion and the dual core Atom. It's working. It took me a while to get both the 340 legacy NVIDIA drivers and the Broadcom 4313 Wi-Fi chip that this has to work. But it's working. It's all working now, so I'm happy.
Well, I asked you in Discord, and you just kept walking. Because you were posting, I believe it was Geekbench.
Mm-hmm.
Where's my Raspberry Pi 4 numbers?
I did post them. That was like the one that I posted, yeah.
It violates the no scroll up rule, so unfortunately they were hidden forever.
But I did post them, and MT and Arthur were the other ones there, and they commented, it's like, oh, so the Raspberry Pi 4 is more powerful than these netbooks.
No, that's
CPU wise.
You can answer this for me then, because I didn't assume it was more powerful. I assume it wrecked it.
It is. It scores about twice for a single for the single threaded value score thingy.
ICB.
It's about double. And for multi-threaded, since it's a quad core, it does a little bit better than the AMD one. It's not as far away from this Intel Atom, because this is a dual core 4-thread Atom, so it does surprisingly well.
Was there not a reckoning?
It is still faster, yes.
Pedro, I gotta ask the real question though, because these are useless like Linux benchmarks. Nobody uses Linux here. What about the Windows performance on the Raspberry Pi versus the Windows performance on the netbook? Who wins? Who wins?
To enter.
I don't know.
Both die.
But yeah, probably the netbook would win in that one, because Windows on the Raspberry Pi is slow as shit.
It sounds like we need to do a science experiment.
No, man, we need to get Windows 11 on the horse.
I mean, we already have the TPM 2.0 support on the horse. Yeah, it's the Steam.
Linux.
And, well, if one screen wasn't enough, maybe you'd like an extra one for your Steam Deck. Yeah.
I want a Steam Deck,
you can piss off Nintendo that bit more, because you can accurately emulate Nintendo
get a lawsuit. Yeah.
3DS games, or just regular DS games too, because yes, you have the actual screen on the deck itself, which has a touchscreen. You can use that as the bottom one, and then you can get this one, which is a 3D printed housing for a teeny tiny, I'm guessing 8-inch LCD.
I love this. Pedro Mateus, a screen that's bigger than the one on the Steam Deck is teeny tiny.
Yes, the one on the Steam Deck is 7-inch, so that one is 8, probably. And it is actually very, very well done, and it folds over and it covers the actual built-in screen, so it has that extra bonus. You can carry it around, and it has a pass-through Type-C port that you can use to power both the deck, since it is using the Type-C port on the deck itself.
There's a battery on the back there too, isn't there?
That's just the PCB stuff to run. Do the power conversion
even faster.
Yes, but it has a little teeny tiny Type-C port on the side of the extra 3D printed enclosure that it does pass through, and it powers everything. So it is very well thought out. That I was actually impressed. That's very good. That's very good.
But what if you could? How much do I have to pay? I gotta call a store or something like that to make one of these.
Well, you could.
You could go to the library and print one of these.
Yeah, the point here is very much that you can 3D print your own for the for all the housing and all of the schematics for everything they're all on offer as well. You'll probably need to pay for the panel that much you can't get away from, and the rest of the electronics. But that's a very well thought out addition.
You see, I'm looking at this. We're seeing the video, and he's got it lit up, and he's playing a TMNT game. And I saw that is some Nintendo level bullshit mechanics. So I'm guessing he's doing 3DS or something like that.
Yeah, that's probably one of the DS.
Simu, yeah. No, as someone who has a lot of hours in DS games, this speaks to me. I kind of want to, despite the fact that I'm gonna flip it up one day and the thing's just gonna snap off and take a giant chunk of my Steam Deck with it. Yeah,
I think the PLA that it's built out of is going to snap long before the Steam Deck does.
Well, that's what you think.
Advances in filaments exist. I can print it with chocolate.
Yes, you can.
I mean,
probably
you're
gonna melt as soon as you turn it on, but you can.
Yeah, those Steam Deck thermals are not very very conducive to those.
I mean, you need the screen, lithium battery, charger module, 50-pin ribbon, cable extender, 3D printer, and I'm going to give this a 5 out of 10 on the TSA acceptance rating. It depends on how good of a job you do before taking it through an airport. Be prepared to get detained.
That one guy got laughed at for bringing a Steam Deck on a plane. This one will definitely get laughed at.
Boko. But this one's got extra Boko.
Yep.
Inlanders. A couple of new games this week.
Yeah, this one, they have a Kickstarter coming up, but until that gets underway, they have the first encounter, essentially a demo of this. It's Hyper Light Children's Card Game meets Mega Man Battle Network. They right now the Kickstarter is for the full version. Like I said, there's a intro segment here. It's really, really aping on that Hyper Light Drifter aesthetic, but the gameplay is very, very different. It does require the elusive 11 Linux though, so you're gonna have to track that down if you want to run this with the recommended settings. Pedro, you tried the demo, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. The combat system is very, very similar to the game we're going to be throwing chairs at later on. And as far as I'm concerned, maybe a bit of a spoiler for the chair acquisition, Endlanders does it better. So I look forward to
11 Linux.
The rest of the Endlanders coming out, the other encounters, however many they
You say
they
that,
may
Jordan,
be.
but I'm more impressed by I thought about writing something here, but fuck it.
Dash.
In the additional notes.
Minus.
I got to give them credit. They're doing the right thing, though. I mean, this is one of the requirements for, we used to talk a lot about Kickstarter projects until, to the point where it was annoying. I was like, oh, why is everybody? Then we said, if you have a working Linux demo, then we'll talk about it. Poof, bunch of people disappeared. But they're doing it right.
Yeah,
there it is.
Yeah.
Go download
we didn't even have to ask.
First episode is free. Go play it. Try it for yourself.
I'm down with that. But I'm more entertained by what we're going to talk about next, because I grew up, you had to be a Mega Drive or a SNES kid. And I think everyone here except for Jordan was Mega Drive. Team Sega, right? I'm just assuming.
I was team not allowed to have a console, so
I had a Master System, and then I went to the Saturn, but I played a lot of Mega Drive because everyone else in my class had a Mega Drive.
I had a Game Boy.
Yeah, but at the time of release, you were 2, so
yeah.
I'm just saying you.
Pedro was 4. This. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, 4 or 5. That was about the right age to get a gaming console.
And I was in I was in the 5th or 6th grade when the Saturn came out. That's when I got it.
Nice.
For the second or third time?
The first.
The first time. So, what I'm getting at is this. We had a bunch of fighting games, and I was always a fan of just the 2D arcade brawler. On the Mega Drive, we had Streets of Rage. And
Roggy. The Nintendos had the
Streets
Double
of Rage 2. That is the game, man. Bumping soundtrack and great. And, we also had, what was it? Final Fight.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Which was the thing.
Mike Hager.
Yes. And the SNES version was famous for, not only having all the characters, it only had 2 characters in the first, and they came out with an Ultimate Edition that had all the playable correct characters. But this is an homage to that, I think. Now, I'll let the audience to decide. Is this more Streets of Rage 2, or is it more Final Fight? This is Final Vendetta. Hard-hitting, action-packed beat-em-up in the vein of classic arcade titles, featuring stunning... Yeah, we know the rest. Move and combos are included. 3 players, 6 areas, 3 difficulty settings, and several unlockables. And you know what? I was looking at this, and just looking at the screenshots, it's fine. It looks fine. Watching the video, though, man, they went full hipster pixel. And I'm like, I don't know where I'm at with that. You know, I mean, it looks very serviceable in the screenshots, but those sharp pixels really stand out in the video. They really do.
I think the one thing that stands out even more than that is the fact that they don't have online multiplayer.
That's their biggest sin. Yes.
Yeah, that is the worst thing they did. Yeah, because you bring up Streets of Rage. Streets of Rage 4. That online multiplayer was fucking smooth. Ethan has done a very good job at like getting FNA's networking like to be very, very compatible just in general. Yeah, and if you're going to be coming out with a competitor like that, you can't just say, "Oh yeah, you can rely on Steam Remote Play." That's a perfectly serviceable way to.
That doesn't play. You know what? I blame Steam for that too. Like, yeah, they've sold that to developers as you don't need to worry about multiplayer. You can use this because it's an infinitely worse experience.
It is bad. If you want to know what input latency feels like, try Steam Remote Play together. Seriously.
Try at home. Did either of you play Big Vampire Mummy?
Resident Evil Village?
Yeah, the Village.
No.
Capcom has put that. You can go check my tweets. Web play. You just log on and start playing the damn game, man. And,
oh, nice.
They got the demo. Works under Linux. I went there and Chrome said, "Hey, plug your controller in, dumbass." I'm like, "This is not going to." Oh, okay, I found your controller. I'm like, "Okay, you got my attention. I'm at least going to try this." Loaded it up, and it's definitely some Stadia tech because you would think a game like Resident Evil 7 or Village or whatever it is, it's kind of like it's catered to that. You're not because third person. You're kind of moving around and.
No, Village is first person. No,
it's first person. Yeah.
Yeah. Which is even worse for remote play.
Yeah, for controller, that's worse.
Yeah. So I mean, it's not doing it any favors.
It's first person, and it's not a Twitch shooter. Is what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
No, definitely not.
You walk around, explore, and all that. But there were times I was seeing like 500 milliseconds of delay in turning, and that's a good day on Steam Remote Play, depending on how many countries you're going through.
Yeah,
it's true.
It is. It is. I tried. What was that game we played together, Jordan? The one with the wizards.
Neverwinter Night.
Neverwinter Night.
One. No, that was proper multiplayer. That wasn't remote play together.
oh yeah. The was it the Don't Split the Party one or whatever?
Something like that. Yeah. Maybe.
There were a couple. Yeah, it was bad. I remember that. Yeah, you trying to connect to me, I trying to connect to you over. Yeah, and I'm like, I have the better connection. Let's try this.
Yeah, it's like, oh, my internet, Jordan's internet was significantly faster than mine at the time. It's like, okay, so I'll host. I tried to connect, and oof.
You see, that's a better experience than when Jordan and I first tried it, and we both had our ear holes blown out.
Oh yeah, when it full screens and like just maxes out the volume on whatever the fuck the game was. That was wonderful.
That was a great time.
I still hear the ringing in the distance from that. Holy shit.
All right. What you might have showed up for is Turtles. Not Turtles in Time, though.
Shredder's Revenge.
No Vanilla Ice.
Yeah. Shredder's Revenge is what I call after I eat too much Taco Bell, but it's also the latest Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game out from .emu, who are continuing to kill it by offering native Linux ports of their game because FNA, it fucking works, god damn it. Also, as an aside, before we get talking about the game proper, this is actually the first FNA game to Vulkan by default, which is pretty cool. Even though it's a hipster pixel game, even though it's 2D, it is Vulkan by default. But yeah, it's a classic Teenage Mutant Turtles beat 'em up. You got online multiplayer, unlike that other game we were talking about. And yeah, it looks pretty good, at least. I don't know.
Yeah, to your point, online co-op. You got it right, man. I spent a lot of time playing the Hyperstone Heist back in the day. I put it because that was one of those games that was challenging, but you could reliably just get through the entire game. It took maybe like 2-3 hours. And this looks a bit like that with some of the original arcade kind of thrown in. And as you can see, if you're watching the video, you can absolutely place April O'Neil, but not Ace Duck. So that's some bullshit.
No Casey Jones either. Unfortunately, you can't whack people with hockey sticks.
Visually, I'm going to say this falls somewhere in like hipster pixel done right category because the pixels aren't sharp enough to cut you. I'm like, all right.
Pizza.
And multiplayer. You win by multiplayer. .emu games.
Yeah.
So what are we expecting for this? How much would you have to pay for it? Don't fucking know, but it's probably going to be somewhere between $19.99 and $24.99.
Next week, by around this time, we'll know exactly how much it costs.
But yeah, and I mean, like, the price might be a little high for a hipster pixel game, but also, like, the quality's going to be there, and that shit's going to fucking work beautifully under Linux.
Right. And, Ethan said on his Twitter account, you have no idea how long I've been keeping this quiet. And so it's going to work on Steam Deck from day one. And, there's that little bit of confirmation that some, .emu was like, yeah, let's make Deck a bit of a priority here and make sure this is a good experience.
There's finally a platform with Linux at its core, and it is effectively just desktop Linux. So anything that works on the Deck will work on your desktop client.
Bullshit, Strider. Verified on Deck somehow, and that game will not fucking run on an NVIDIA card, baby.
Strider works. That's actually Deck verified. I think that's an NVIDIA issue. If you have AMD cards, according to the Proton reports, there's a lot of people with AMD that are saying, yeah, the game just works. So something's up there. Yeah.
Looking forward to playing some Turtles. That's all there is.
That, me too. All right. Well, coming up next, let's talk about how it's a great time to start packaging open source software for your distribution of choice.
Click all the things. And see,
speaking of click all the things.
No.
Who's the one who posted the open Ssl Gui? I think it was Arthur, and that was pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty tight, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's like the entirety of OpenSSL has a GUI. And then at the bottom, they're like, yeah, this covers about 80% of the functionality. There's some, like, added, like, additional extended attributes that we don't have in here.
Did I think I posted that on my Twitter, too.
Oh my god, is Strider the Turtles kid grown up?
There it is.
Yeah.
Yep, visual SSH, baby. It's, fuck you, Twitter, with the way that works.
Yeah.
One image in your tab.
Yeah,
Lovely.
You got all your OpenSSL shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it seems comprehensive.
I went through that. I'm like, yeah, no.
It's, yeah. Signing CA files, private keys, serial files. Yeah.
Yeah. Get the hash, get the sand fields, CRL distribution points. Yeah.
Somebody needs to make that.
Yeah, like it's a joke, but like,
Yeah,
goddamn.
I mean,
It's like, it's a GUI. It exposes everything. You don't need to go look at the manual or look at the help files.
Oh yeah. You don't need to look at the manual for this GUI. Absolutely.
oh, see, I would get to it, but that also needs a Clippy. This is-
Yeah, you're still going to need to look at the manual to figure out what most of it does, but you can see all of the options, all of the flags exposed. So you don't need to look those up.
Right, but then there are the mutually exclusive flags you got to worry about. So that's where it gets.
That's when GUI, a good GUI developer, makes sure that if you tick one, the other one gets unticked.
And then how do you pipe stuff into a GUI?
Drugs. Like a normal person.
Fair enough.
Vote.linuxgamecast.com. We got some show titles up there if you want to take a look and maybe vote on them. Scott's dropped a couple in along with Linux New, North Ranger, and System T. Schroeder's Revenge because fuck you, that's why. That's getting a vote. Poop it all. Only quads. All right. I'm down with those two. No, we have, 3 more segments for you to add to the carnage.
Starring Woody Harrelson.
I think Pedro is the only person here that uses PPAs.
The OIBAF, I don't use the OIBAF. Whenever I've needed to use a PPA for Mesa, I usually use the Padoka or the Valve one. That it's not Valve specifically. It's made by Kisshack. If you've ever submitted an issue on the Proton GitHub, you know who Kisshack is. Yeah, use Kisshack's one or the Padaka 0. I don't know if that one's still up.
Yeah, I don't know. We don't do PPAs in Debian-Land. Fedora's got copper repos, so maybe Jordan.
But Fedora stays up to date enough that you really don't need for Mesa specifically. You really don't need.
I think hold on. DNF repos. What do I have? Oh, I think I have the copper for GZ Doom apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think because we covered it on the show once, and I'm just like,
Sigil.
Yeah. Right, that's what it was for, because the new Romero levels, right? Yeah.
You know what? I wouldn't recommend Unstable for Debian. Testing, definitely. Unstable is like, you want to live that Arch life? Go for it. It's there.
Bookworm, the current Debian testing works really well. That's the one I've been using on the Toshiba netbook. Very good. Very good.
I have a mix of 1604, 1804, and now 2204 machines I gotta manage, so...
Is that just a company thing?
2204 on this one.
Yep. I would absolutely love to get them swapped over to Amazon Linux, because A, that's Fedora, and B, gets support.
Pickle Jeff, you are supposed to use the mainline kernel unless you have a very specific request or need not to. Yeah, no, if you have an AMD GPU, look at Kisshack PPA. Kisshack Mesa Fresh, yes. There you go. This is the PPA you should be using. And you leave the kernel with what it is. If you're running 2204, you're fine. That's got, I think it's 515. You can... no, you can't, because the hardware enablement kernel is not available yet on 2204.
Yeah, I'm just going to type in the chat laughs in Jensen. I don't know. So is anybody else upset that they canceled the best sci-fi show on the internet and on TV? I'm talking about Raised by Wolves. Maybe you're a little grumpy about it. Maybe you're not. I know I am.
I'm still cheesed about that. Especially after that fucking cliffhanger. My God.
Don't know about the cliffhanger yet. Bon. I'm a couple episodes into the series too. Rohit, you watched the first episode and you're sold. You're done. It's too late. Make sure you got the weekend off, because you're going to watch the rest of it. Yeah, Space Ragnar.
Yeah. Spragnar. Man, yeah, Season 2 has some really good character stuff. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
Oibaf is fine, Pickle Jeff. It's just that it that just builds off of head, whatever it is in Master. That's the version of Mesa that you're getting. So
I watched the first episode of Miss Marvel, and I was actually pleasantly surprised by that.
That came across as like a kids.
A little bit. You do get to see a teenage mean girl get fucked up by a giant Thor's hammer, so that's cool.
Teenage mean girl?
Like high school mean girls,
Oh, okay. Listen, we're talking about comic book shit. I'm like, maybe.
Yeah. Ah, yes, my arch nemesis, teenage mean girl. Oh my God, you can't come to the mall with us. Oh no, I'm defeated.
God damn it, Marvel. No one watch this, or no one repeat that. I don't want.
I like how my teenage mean girl character fights Skeletor. I think that's appropriate.
That got really good. He-Man is getting a second series on Netflix.
The CG one or the Kevin Smith one?
Kevin Smith one.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. I guess they kind of like they sort of have the new setup now, so they can just kind of do whatever. I mean, whatever. Like the series was fine. I liked it well enough.
It was fine. Jordan's fake.
It was, yeah. Like, I mean, sorry. If my name was Sandrew Martin, I would be.
It was amazing.
I would be like, oh my god, it was the greatest thing ever committed to paper. Kevin Smith is a literal god. Blah blah blah. But unfortunately, I'm not that kind of Canadian.
Ah.
There you go. I'll post it on Twitch for you, Pickle Jeff. There.
Come on, you got to teach kids Google, Pedro.
KISAK. That plus PPA. There, done.
Like, if you can't suss that one out, you should hang your car keys up. Critical Googling. That should be taught at what? Grade 4?
Yeah, after you know how to read and write. Yeah.
So, like, I remember in computer class being taught how to use a Boolean search engine. And, like, I guess they just don't teach that shit anymore. Like,
according to
my
the
computer
internet,
class didn't teach search engines. Technically, it had Linux installed as a dual boot, which I never used because we were always told it's like boot into Windows. Like, all right.
No, this was like fucking grade school. This was I remember, like, we got access to the computer labs. Shit was running like Windows 98. We had to
Google didn't exist when I was in secondary school.
Yeah.
So we didn't get taught how to use search.com and yahoo.com, altavista.com, askjeeves.com. There was competition back in those days, and they all sucked equally.
No, and I remember we had to learn the difference between like Jeeves, which was like attempting to do natural language processing, and like Google, which was like you could modify your search terms with like Boolean operators and shit. Like, yeah, like I remember being taught that at school. So I don't know what's changed. Probably lots, but I couldn't tell you what.
Then there was Ssl Vista.
Ssl Vista, yeah, Alta Vista,
yep.
Lycos, Hotbot.
www.com, which they were both going on at the same time.
Yeah.
Yep. I remember getting a pirated version of Copernic, which was a desktop piece of software that searched multiple search engines simultaneously, and that's what I used to write assignments. Because, like, you can't use Google.
I
didn't use Google.
I had a CD of Encarta 95, and whenever I had assignments for English class,
I dropped the disc in. Like, watch a 120 by 140. It plays video on the computer. This was novel, right?
Yeah. Multimedia learning experience.
Encarta, man, that entire industry just tanked.
Well, yeah, Wikipedia.
Hi, Wikipedia. Hi, dude.
Oh, but there's still some of that blowback that, like, you can't trust Wikipedia because it's edited by humans instead of manatees. That
like all of history that you've learned up to this point.
Oh yeah, no, it's not like an editor behind closed door could make modifications to an authoritative text to forward an agenda. No, that doesn't happen in publishing at all.
Well, I mean, listen, that's gonna happen. That's gonna happen anywhere. But at least there's a little bit of a record on Wikipedia.
Yeah. At least you can see the edit log.
Yeah, you can be like, that's where the bullshit came in.
Yeah, and like Wikipedia actually has like a good moderation team.
Well, they showed the one guy responsible for like tens of thousands of Wikipedia entries and edits, and it looks exactly like you would go, yep. He was the guy who's going to come cut you up, bro.
Yep.
I accept Wikipedia as a valid source in my classes. I work.
Oh, snap.
Real Player had it did the job back in the day. I mean, you were trying to stream media with a 28K internet connection. It fucking amazingly pulled it off.
Early days of the internet, downloading anime as an RMVB.
I remember watching Magic the Gathering tournaments about 15 seconds at a time buffering over QuickTime because
Dude, I remember setting up those servers on Red Hat, and the pointer file for the RMVB was the extension. Get this, RPM. That didn't get confusing.
Oh no, not at all.
Oh man, no. I remember it trying to become a standard. It was like
they were trying to become QuickTime, Apple QuickTime. Yeah.
Well, Microsoft had their own thing, the Microsoft Media Player thing.
Yeah.
That was
Windows Media Player. And you know that's been ruining Linux gaming for a while because of the fucking media.
Windows Media, yeah. That those WMAs and those WMVs are it's the shit that Valve can't redistribute because that would be in breach of Microsoft terms of service.
Thank you, Eggy. Thank you, Eggy, for doing this.
That's why Proton G is awesome.
Like back in the day, man, you had to download some emulator.
Oh yeah,
libraries for your browser. So
what was that one codec pack on Windows? The something codec pack?
I don't know.
It had all of them. Yeah, it came
Probably
with the Media Player Classic. The K codec pack?
Something like that. Yeah, it was some exe that like installed all the codecs, or you installed VLC or Media Player Classic
it was
or whatever.
Effectively just FFmpeg, because whenever you started something that would make use of those codecs, you'd get the FFmpeg logo on the system tray. It was the
K-Lite codec pack, yeah.
What, do you mean like Groove is in the Heart?
Pack.
Groove is in the Heart.
No, that was D-Lite, I think. Don't quote me on that.
Yeah. Something like that.
Have fun, motherfuckers, because that's just going to be in your head for the next 3 days.
Groove is in the Heart. Yeah, D-Lite.
Yep.
Yeah, K-Lite codec pack. There we go. That's the icon I remember. Copy? Yes.
Man,
there
back
we
in
go.
my day, we had to have a separate DVD decoder card. Yes, we did.
I had a blast from the past. Like I had to look up video and arcade top 10 because that was one of those video game shows that was like a Canada only thing. I'm like, did that actually exist? Did I hallucinate that? And it was real. It was real. Scott can confirm.
Oh man.
I usually have Scott or Sandy here to back up my my
Canadian myth or fact or fiction.
Obscure Canadian.
Where's
references.
PT Dave? I need another Portuguese person.
Best we can do is Brazil.
Oh yeah, the CCCP as well, the Combined Community Codec pack. That was another one.
Isn't it such a beautiful thing that like VLC and open source came back and just nuked all that?
Yeah,
like,
I was very happy when VLC showed up. It's like, oh, I could just have this installed and I don't need to worry about anything. Cool.
Like, all this comes for free with no catches. You're like, well, we're French. You're like, okay, little catches, but
hey, but you know what? Christmas time gets a little Santa hat on the
tray
icon. Yeah.
During the last 2 years, I was like, wait, what? This one? Wow. All right.
Well,
I guess it is.
I mean, we've adopted that tradition too with pumpkin spice LGC.
Right.
It's and
all right. News?
Yeah, let's fucking do it.
Let's do news.
Yeah. We got to talk about static linking. I'm excited.
Dude.
Anytime we can talk about software development on this podcast, man. I got my spicy opinions ready.
All right. Let's get that recording then. And I thought I just clicked stop. I was a pixel off from clicking stop streaming.
Oh man, that's great. Yeah, just
don't you think those buttons should not be near each other?
I guess it makes sense. One's for streaming, the other one's for recording.
I mean, it makes sense, but that's dangerous. There needs to be like
not be toggles. Just have the start button, and then that gets grayed out, and then have a stop button.
This is one of the unfortunate
bottom.
things. This is something like WordPress has added. Like that annoys me when I go to publish something. It's like, are you fucking sure? I'm like, God, why did you add that until that one time? I was like, oh, all right.
Yeah,
it was one time. We're friends now.
I turned on the 5-second delay on Gmail because of that. That saved my bacon a few times. Where you hit send and you look at it and you're like, oh no. Hit undo.
Oh, man. All right, news segment. Coming to you live in 3, 2.
It's the news, yes. And before we start with the news proper, we need to, put the kibosh on that immediately.
Man, if I ask if we could be the Mongoose News, you're going to turn me into a halfling warlock?
I was going to ask you if you wanted some cashews.
Oh, right.
But the the news are coming up. Don't you worry about that. There's no driver news this week, but everyone watching, and especially the ones that decided, you know what, let's give those people money. You're the ones driving this show.
Yeah,
whether you're not.
You are like the aforementioned cashews. You too are a bunch of nuts.
Listen, that's not. I'm pulling the whistle.
Pull that whistle in the Mongoose Wizard Station. Yeah, check out patreon.com/LinuxGamecast. Support this nonsense, this incoherent babble that you listen to week in and week out. You can get some cool stuff by becoming a patron. You get access to our Discord channel, which you can also get by subbing to us on Twitch, twitch.tv/LinuxGamecast. You're probably listening to that right here, right now, unless you're on YouTube or some other thing, in which case you should watch us live.
We try to be everywhere that you might possibly fucking accidentally stumble into us.
Yeah,
so we're on Library, podcast, anywhere we can be. Video on Spotify, baby.
Yeah,
somebody leave us a message.
Speaking of video, certain levels of Patreons get access to the video feed for the pre-super shows. The rest of you can just kind of listen along, but it's an extra hour of...
I redid some things in Discord. Like if you moused over our executive live notifications, that's a straight up Patreon cam show.
Nice.
Yeah. This is the camp show, baby.
Amazing. Yeah, so if you want to see all the good bits that sometimes only get posted to only quads, you gotta check that out. We got a store as well, store.linuxgamecast.com. You can buy some LGC apparel, some merch, some sundry goods. They are fire, just like the emoji says. They're also incredibly flammable, also like the emoji implies.
They're not overpriced. I want to bring this up because I was wondering, I'm like, where's some of the shirts? I'm like, they changed something, and apparently they had changed some of the pricing. I just want to let everybody know because I had a TLL before the show. Is because I just got it priced very close to cost, and since they did like $1 increase on their end, some of them were negative money. So if you're wondering where some of the shirts are, I'll change that. I'll change the price back to we're doing that. But yeah, merch, man. Put it all over your face, chest, and neck.
Indeed.
Maybe not your face. You know what? Stickers are good on your face.
I mean, if we got LGC masks, you can put them on your face. But if you don't want to buy yourself something, maybe you want to buy us something. You want to give us a little tip, a little something on the side, because you're our collective sugar daddies.
Pedro, what the absolute fuck is this?
That's not me.
That's me.
I know, but you can fucking tell me. Pedro will have to guess like me.
Okay, right. Okay. Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, apparently. Yeah.
I'm trying, man.
Plus adapter card with 16 TFs SD card for this.
It's got to be for the... Is that like a Franken
It's a Nintendo 3DS, DSi 16 gigabyte card
you
for
say
storing
that, but I think it has more to do with this. Not really.
Cowabunga it is. Cowabunga it is.
Good memes.
Oh, man. Yep. Bunch of fun things in here. Pedro's always got his lock picking kits because breaking and entering, that's his hobby. And
it's something that I like to do, and I'm still not, lockpicking lawyer levels. There's no way I don't have enough free time in the day. But it is absolutely something that's very fun to do.
Hey, man.
And yeah, I can reliably pick all the practice locks that I have. I can reliably pick them.
I read that. That looked like a J-cell battery, and I'm like, what in the absolute fuck do you have?
No, it's a power bank. It's the biggest power bank that they have. It's 20,000 milliamps. It's like, all right, okay. Let's go.
And of course, if you want to get your name back here or not, you got to pay extra for that. We got a list for the studio with a bunch of really expensive shit on. Not really, but I take that back. Bunch of really expensive shit on it that we are planning. One thing that I'm thinking about doing for patrons, I haven't worked out a logistical way to test this, but I'm not making any promises because I don't have to do it. But what I will say is something I've been toying with this idea is doing a live stream for patrons on Sunday while I'm editing and producing the show for Linux Q&A. Because, how many times are we doing a stream? People show up like, hey, I got Linux question. I'm like, we're in the middle of a fuck mothering show, dude. Come on. Like, read the room. Wait for a break. But I don't know a legit way of setting up the test. I haven't worked out the test room yet without having to buy shit, because I want to see, like, is anybody's interested in that before I start spending money, because that's not going to be cheap to pull off. And if nobody wants to watch it, I don't do it. Seems fair? There you go.
Seems legit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
All right.
Come on. Like 3 hours of like, why aren't you using KDE in live? Why aren't you using OpenShot? Why are you using... Yeah.
I mean, you could set up a little Twitch bot for that, or a little overlay in OBS. Be like, we're not using Kden Live because X. And just like,
oh no! Even better yet, I'll full screen KDE Live and like screenshot it and like cut it out as a template to put over.
No. You just have a Kden Live window open that's doing nothing while you have editing going on the other.
I could do that.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, that's pretty much it. We do thank you for your support, and let's keep rocking on. Now
Indeed.
We did want to thank Nubbin.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
You did.
25-month resub. Thank you very much.
Tier 1 Nubbin sub. It's the old Nubbin sub.
Oh,
Anyways,
right.
Let's talk about software
Shipping
packaging.
bottles?
Yeah, so this is an open letter from the Bottles community, and they say, please don't unofficially ship bottles in distribution repositories.
But
it seems like they're a little tired of people packaging their software incorrectly, not really testing it, putting it out for users to consume, and then getting random bug reports from people saying that, like, it doesn't work on OpenSUSE because the build they got off of OBS was broken. And so they're saying, like, hey, we're trying to create this really polished product. Right now we really only support FlatHub and the AUR, and we're even considering dropping Arch support entirely. They want to go Flatpak first, which is not a bad strategy when it comes to having to support a wide variety of operating systems. They did say though that if they do want to, if a developer or a distro maintainers do want to contribute to tested high quality builds, they are willing to offer support. But again, this is a problem that a lot of projects will run into when other people start distributing their software in a way that's outside of their control. Like, are they responsible for those bugs? I don't think so, but they're still going to get those emails anyways, right?
they are. This is something the Ardor project faces because the Ardor team makes compiling Ardor cryptic as fuck. That's why I've had to do a guide on it. I'm like, this is what you actually need to do to make it work. But they have a thing of like, if you didn't get it, the binaries directly from us, fuck off the support. And, they do have an addendum from June 6th, 7th? Was it 7th? Yeah. That they're worried about people invalidating the user experience. So as Jordan said, man, like, I think that's fair of like, if you want to work with us, but they can't control it though. It's already out, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
All this hinges on people even reading this, which...
Yeah, the point is to try and create that awareness. It's like, okay, you're shipping a bottle. It's not official. So get in touch with us. We'll help you get it right. And everyone will have a better time of it. So yeah, if you are packaging stuff up with bottles, just ask them.
also, just kind of as an aside, if you were an open source software user and you get your software from an AUR or from a PPA or a copper repo, please do not. Your first step should be the maintainer of that repo, not the actual software maintainers themselves or the software authors themselves, because they did not provide this build for you. They don't know jack shit about what Bill's copper repo is doing, right? Like,
well, yeah, I mean, Michael brings up the same issue with Blender, repo against Blender. Yeah, if you want to get blender.org, download it through Steam. Get the official version.
Yeah. That is actually the best way to get it.
Yeah.
Plus you get cloud save.
Yeah.
Man, I wonder if you actually store long ass animations on cloud save.
I bet there's a fucking if statement in there somewhere,
They'll probably let you save configurations and maybe other things.
I mean, in Valve's defense, it tells you how much cloud storage you have for each.
Yeah, it does. I'm just looking for the Dropbox the angry tweet of I synced my entire animation project to Steam Cloud and now it's deleted.
So Pedro is going to explain to us not a static X, but a static wine.
Shadow Zone.
I'm winning, you're losing. But no, it is it's static wine 32. How many times have you run into an issue with an old game or an old bit of software that if you were to install the 32-bit version of Wine, you know that it would work?
Just run Wine 32 and you get something called a dependency, I think.
Yeah, you get a lot of dependency errors on Ubuntu.
It's not errors. I mean, it's only like 100 or so.
Yeah, it's all of the wine packages that go. No, we're not going to let you install that one. And it is kind of a pain because yes, there are a lot of really old bits of software that only really run reliably with the 32-bit version of Wine, and yes, getting them dynamically linked or getting them from a distro repository is going to cause issues. So what if you could have your own statically linked version of Wine 32-bit?
I want to chime in, but I can't think of any Static X songs right now.
It's the one that I remember because I posted it
recently. Undead, Stingray, Shadow Zone. They did a really good cover of "Gimme Shock Treatment." Yeah,
Identity Fantasy. Something killing me. Yeah. Lower than lower.
They also did a pretty cool cover of "Behind the Wall of Sleep" by Black Sabbath.
Okay.
Yeah.
Back on topic.
But yes, it's available on GitHub. Just look for Static Wine 32. There is one really big caveat, but you can get around that too.
I don't give a shit. Gandalf endorses this shit, bro. Unreal.
Man.
Latest Wine, latest Mesa, latest everything. Gandalf, a famous.
And you will need
emoji.
One thing on top of that, because currently that version does not support Vulkan at all.
Don't care. I fucking love the TLDR. Does it even work? ? Yes, absolutely. But it shouldn't. Really.
Yeah. Yes, in theory, it shouldn't. But they made it work with, modern day 64-bit distros, where you get a complete static Wine 32 implementation. Was very nice.
There's some interesting stuff in here as well, because the author goes into some of the stuff behind there. Vulkan support is actually really tricky because Vulkan implements a lot of dynamic loading, which you can't really do in a statically compiled environment.
Kind of the point. Static.
Yeah, and so basically what they're saying is Mesa needs to be hacked up. Everything basically needs to be hacked up to support static linking because in a modern system you're not really statically linking that much stuff. They provide this entire repo is basically for the Docker file to build this container so you can run your League of Legends out of it. I guess I don't know.
Or probably not League of Legends, but there's older games. If you have a sizable GOG collection, which was also a thing that we were discussing on Discord earlier in the week. And if you have really old games, they are going to more likely run out of the box with 32-bit Wine, while in 64-bit you're going to have to do some futzing.
All right. So there is that. I wanted to bring it to everyone's attention because I'm like, this is a horrible idea. I fucking love it. And
it still should work with the XVK. You just have to set it up yourself.
that falls into if you have a use for it, you got a use for it. Now, I thought we peaked at Cookie Clicker, but maybe you looked at Cookie Clicker and you're too limited. Only works in this one game. I need to bring this ARPG into just everything else involved. I want to be able to click on all the things, baby. Everything you got. There's always been a program for that. Not always, man. If you go back far enough, it's not going to exist, but just roll with me. I'm talking about Auto Clicker for Linux. Open source, easy to use, feature rich, blazing fast. None of your slow auto clicking bullshit in this application. Using X11. Written in C, GTK. Look at that. Got a nice little X Clicker interface on it. I'm all right, that's pretty dope. They do have the YouTube video of what the fuck is this for?
Minecraft,
this,
baby.
Exactly. Was where I was at. I was reading this because we're going to talk about an update in just a second. What is this for? And it showed Minecraft immediately. I'm done. I get it. I understand why you would need this because you got to get to the center of that fucking Tootsie Roll Pop. Or in this place, you want to fly and
build a tower. Yeah, there's a lot of situations where you maybe need to click a button every once in a while to stop a bomb from exploding or to save someone's life. I don't know. But now you have an open source tool to do that. Actually, this has been around for a while. They have a brand new release that doesn't really have a lot of new features, but there is support for holding down a button to fire the auto clicker as well. So if you want to have a turbo button type setup, you can.
Or if you can't have the hand on the keyboard, but you just have something on the keyboard to hold down that key, it clicks for as long as it's there. It's very nice.
Do
not use this to cheat on games, though. I must reiterate. Do not use this to cheat on
100%. 100%. No, I'd never think about it. It comes in the form of, they got a Debian package. They got ARMHF.
Yeah.
Yeah, for your Pis. So if you got your Minecrafts on your Pis, AMD 64, of course, and Arch 64. Nice to see. I wanted to give them a little shout out because I don't exactly have a use for something like that, but you might if you want to fuck around with our next project, which is Mindtest. Now, I got to ask you at home, I got to ask Pedro Mateos, and I got to ask Jordan Kwang. Is this the one people get pissy about when we talk about, or is it the other one?
That's the problem. There's two competing factions within Mindtest, and yeah, they're both wrong.
It is the textbook example of like 6 people playing this one and 8 people's like, your community's not large enough to be fighting here, man.
This is some like Judean people's front of Judea bullshit. Yeah, like absolutely.
It's like everybody get along.
But they do have a new release out, and that has some cool stuff in it. Yeah, there's an amazing new game mode where you basically get a look at. So they build the maze out in front of you, but you can see the path, but then the walls are too high, so you have to like memorize the route before you can go through, which is kind of interesting. They also have a bunch of new translations for Node Core, which I looked into it, and it's basically Minecraft TIS 100. Also, if for those of you who care and only care about steampunk blimps, there are now steampunk blimps.
Steampunk blimps.
All the other kids with their pumped up blimps better run, outrun my gun.
Faster than my airship.
Faster than my airship.
Couple of new things in here. There's a new mod called X Maps that adds, you guessed it, treasure maps to the HUD. I look forward to seeing what creative Yosas come up with that. New texture color mod allows you to, well, I guess again, probably change texture colors. Huge crocodile boss is featured in March's post. Was released in the Content DB, so it's good. There's a mod scene for this, and I like their main menu redesign proposal so much that I launched Mindtest on Debian, which is an older version. I'm like, yes, that's an absolute improvement. And of course, the latest and greatest available in a flat pack snap, not an app image, just flat pack snaps.
Well, that's unfortunate.
but look at the X map. It's got an X on the map. I like that. Does what it says on the tin, man.
Yep.
Yeah, it's the treasure maps. The actual Minecraft.
They do
maps.
bring up, we're looking at the blimp. And I'm like, no, man, this blimp's big enough to celebrate fucking Christmas on. Like a hole in the sheet, baby. It's huge.
Yeah, you can go on some adventures. Better run faster than my airship.
Faster than my airship. All the other blimps.
we gotta keep rolling though. Limp Bizkit.
Hey man,
yes. And if you need to work that wrist, there's a certain company called Rexy Gaming. You probably never heard of them. I know I hadn't. And they are made for gaming apparently. And they make.
I mean, after your brain's
Rexy
done
wheels.
with like cinematography, the next thought, probably lighting, then stage work, then eventually you do get to gaming when like you run out of exhaust all other.
I mean, I think like boats fall into that as well. They use those cranks.
Sailing, yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, this is very much about the wheels, not the good-looking person wearing the Rexy hoodie. It is the Rexy Wheels Classic pre-order.
I just like this. I'm going through the instance like, and it's made from sharks.
It's made for fighting sharks. Is what?
Yeah, that video with the shark. That video shows the thing in action. Which yes, you use one of the wheels to move the camera right, and you use the other wheels to move the camera left, and then you have just like the up and down and left and right, the two axes, and then you have a third person holding the left analog stick on a DualShock 4.
No, the fuck you don't, Pedro. You use your feet.
You need 3 hands.
I can put bicycle things on it.
There are 4 hands in this video.
You could get away with 3 if you had the DualShock laying down on the table. You could get away with 3.
Why do you have a problem with two? This is too.
Use your third arm.
I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt here. It's like, oh, it's a gaming peripheral that you're going to need another
Pedro
person to
sees
play
more
with.
than one hand in it. Bam, straight to mute.
Now, I gotta ask, like, how much of a workout are you gonna get with like intense first person shooters with this? If you're just like cranking. Oh no! Yeah, like
I mean, I Nintendo Power Pads. couple of last year. The new turny wheelie things. This is the new business. This is the new hotness. Because I've always been looking for peripheral to help my performance in Lathe Simulator 1917. This is just the thing I've been shopping for. All joking aside, we've all stepped back and we've all walked around it and we've poked it a few times like, this is curious. And the reason we're bringing it up is this thing, it's something you can build at home. It is. They sell the Rexy PCB, already populated, ready to go. You drop a Pico on that bad boy and you're off to town. You got to buy some wheels, maybe some handles, but you can mix and match, man. You don't have to necessarily put those types. You can put bicycle pedals
you
on
can
it.
build something that actually makes sense instead of the two wheels.
And,
Actually, can you turn it into a bike?
You can get an unpopulated PCB. So, I mean, it's all there. Well, let's see what type of weasels.
Weasels?
It's the wheels.
Yeah, you probably don't want, industry grade
heavy duty wheels.
Yeah, like 180 pounds a pop. Maybe not.
Again, if you really want to like work up those biceps, you gotta.
You can
I
get
don't
two
think the
button
magnet
handles.
is that strong.
But look at this, man. I mean, that's fucking dope. Button handles, clicky handles.
Yeah, you hold the handles to squeeze to do actual button presses, but 600 pounds for the full thing. 600
It's
quid.
a
Very
boutique
specialized
item.
controller.
Fucking what?
Like our arcade racing kits, like with the wheels and the setup. Yeah, like this is the same ballpark for sure.
I can think of, better things to do with Raspberry Pi Picos. There's a Pico system or all of the Pico 8 clones that they're building with Raspberry Pi Picos now. Those are really nice. Get one of them instead.
I was
How
just gonna say
about-
build a space bucket.
You could do a space bucket. I mean, but here's the thing. Like, this is relatively open source. So,
Yes.
I mean, this is something you can build yourself, or
And
Pedro
they
could.
sell all the
Pedro
parts.
could, because you just heard Pedro. Pedro could take 3 months off from buying netbooks and be good to go.
3 months off of
Ouch.
buying netbooks would only get me 90 pounds
The guy who once bought 3 netbooks in one day.
for 20 pounds.
3 netbooks, 1 Pedro, coming soon
It's like
to the LGC
3 netbooks
OnlyFans.
for 20 pounds. Yeah.
Anyway, I thought it's something different, so I wanted to give it a mention. Maybe because I'm not 100% against trying to do one of those and like play Trackmania because I'm dumb enough to try that.
I want to see the case where like someone proves like, yes, this is actually the superior control scheme for such and such a game. Like I want to see someone like no hit Elden Ring on one of
Ooh,
those.
is there like a esports for like curling or something?
You know what? Maybe.
Yeah. That's a different
To do
type
the
of
sweeping.
curling. No.
Yeah. I mean, listen, if you're into G-MILFs, then maybe you'll be getting some of that. I
I
don't know.
know something we were all into at a certain age group is NetHack. Why? Because it ran on a netbook before netbooks existed, and we could play
Netbook
it
hack.
at
Yeah.
the terminal.
Indeed. But this one, terminal games have gone in some directions in the past couple of years. But this one is kind of neat. It's called Pokete. Pokete. Whatever you want to call it. It is terminal-based Pokemon. Well, I mean, legally distinct pocket storable Nintendo, please don't send your lawyers after us, please, we beg you, monsters. But, Pokemon nonetheless. Yeah, they have their own little type chart there. I cloned the repo. It's just a Python script. You run it. Don't make your terminal too big, because it's a little janky, but yeah, it works. You can catch Pokemon and raise them and level them up, sort of, kind of. They're not really Pokemon, they're the please don't sue us, mon. You do need to pip install Scrap Engine, though. I throw that dash user on that. They comment that out in the build instructions, but, that's the thing you gotta do. So, yeah, it's pretty neat.
Is this
I'm just looking at
serviceable?
the names.
I don't know. I was too old for Pokemon when it came out, so I never really touched it. Is this something that gets you by a lecture? Like, okay.
Oh yeah, no. If you are bored in class, yeah, you can definitely play this. I will say though, it is based on like the couple fights that I did. It is way slower than Pokemon in terms of like the actual combat.
Okay. Is that positive or negative?
It's,
Or just different?
Depends. If you're
it's different.
at Jordan level of playing Pokemons, you want it to go fast.
Sure, let's go that. Yeah, I will take that. Sure, I'm a Pokemon master. Fuck you, I'm a Pokemon.
Out of the three of us, yes,
Admittedly,
you are.
I'm not at Jordan level when it comes to Pokemons, and I too like it to like. Okay, let's just
Jordan's
hurry
fame is
it
a
up.
poke stone of knowledge.
I really am. Unfortunately,
I think if
you
we're
know
going to
what?
have a poke off, you'd win.
I could have spent that brain power and brain space like learning calculus or like curing cancer or some shit. No, but now I just know all the
just
Pokemon.
think about how many spinny wheelie controllers you could have bought if you didn't buy so many Pokemon.
Yeah, I you know what? I could play the. I could. You know what? That's true. I could. You know what? Actually, this last year, Pokemon games is probably about half of one of those spinny controllers. If I'm being perfectly honest.
Oh
Ugh.
man, I didn't mean to poke you on it though.
Oh man. Oh mon. Coming up next, it's time to button mash. We're throwing chairs at End Cycle versus.
So there's one of the not Pokemons called Poundy.
Poundy.
Listen,
Poundy.
every time I have to bite my tongue every time you talk about fucking Poundland. Okay, don't get me started on that. Go, yeah, it's
Wait
yeah,
until
go
you
on
fucking
down to
find about it.
Poundland.
Okay, pound stretcher.
Pounds.
Okay,
Okay.
now you're
Oh,
on
there's
to that.
another one called Horny.
Yep.
I'm assuming Poundland's still a thing too.
Probably. Poundorama.
Poundland is still a thing.
Yeah, horny.
Pound World is no longer a thing, and none of the other Pound stores really.
I'm not a big fan of poke bowls. It's just a lot of fish and rice.
Don't you need like some like squiggly lines and bullshit on that poke to make it make sense? Or you just poke balls? Poke ball? No. Hey.
Poke.
No poke no.
Just actually, you poke that ball.
Head over to vote.linuxteamkit. This is .com.poke. Check it out. We got
.cats.com.
17 Nightmare Fuel suggestions that you can vote on. Like Resident Evil movie. God damn it, now it's that one. I got Clicks Night. God damn it.
Need bigger titties.
Steampunk Limbs. These are going to be show titles, by the way, if you're wondering.
All
what
the kids with their pumped up blimps better run. Outrun my steampunk gun.
All the other blimps.
Oh, man. They go burn.
Yep.
There is that company working on commercial recreational blimpage. I think in like Utah or Wyoming or some place like that. And they're going to have a blimp liner. I'm like,
Do they
fuck
frown on recreations of the Hindenburg?
yes. Probably.
Well, it's that fucking episode of Archer where they're on the blimp and Archer's like, oh my god, this thing's gonna blow up. They're like, it's filled with helium. Helium.
There's a signs like no Led Zeppelin albums allowed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got foolin', baby. I'm not coolin'. Gotta take it.
All right, I need to pee. I'll be back.
I'll give Cowabunga it is a boat. I don't know. Like, I went to Amazon one day and they're like, you might be interested in this. And I'm like, yes. Yes, I am.
It gives up on me, man, because like mine's so confused because I'm either logged into the business one or like my personal Amazon, and they're all like cross. Amazon's not really good at tracking people. Far less adept than you might think. But I mean, so's Google.
They're not at Google level. I think Google's pretty good about that.
I think that, and every time until I open my personalized Google News feed, I'm like, fuck right off. Like, it might be, if I was going to grade it, I'd say like maybe 30, 33%. What do you get when you go to news.google.com? As far as things
That's an excellent question. I never go to news.google.com, so...
This is a game you can play yourself and see what Google thinks you're into.
What does Google think I'm into?
Pumpkins all the way down for Jordan.
Okay, just like regular news. Yeah, not all, just like regular news.
I'll get a smattering of Linux shit occasionally, and but yeah, this is a bunch of like it's weighted heavily towards in my case, for whatever reason, is like, here's some politic bullshit. I'm like, I do not care. And there's no option to like cut that off or down.
I don't know. I like to stay informed about that shit, so it doesn't bug me.
Yeah. Like, if I wanted that,
what bugs me is the dumb shit, but, you know.
Oh, most of it's the dumb shit. It's clickbait dumb shit. Like,
Yep.
Next to, what's that, Linux Neuro? Something you just made up?
I think he's talking to 31 Buzz about the next 2 launches, whatever those are.
Oh. Next 2 launches, question mark?
Yeah, okay, we're all on the same page here.
I'm just saying, man. I mean, that's not Pedro Mateus level of no context. Like, what? But it's getting there. Yeah, that's what needs to be incorporated into Lutris is the i386 packaged one. Why would you not want a split keyboard, spacebar? Like, I don't know how I lived until I got a split spacebar. Every day was a literal struggle.
I feel for you.
Yeah, man.
Deep in my fart.
It was rough. Do you have a clicky-ass keyboard?
I do. I just like how it feels, though. I'm not gonna say like, oh, it's, you know, improves my gaming or whatever. I just like typing on it. It feels nice to type.
Yeah, like I get that. I've never had any complaint against. Yeah, I like it. It makes noise.
Yeah,
and it's everything else that's said to try to like just enjoy it for what you got, man.
Yeah, I bought this keyboard because I wanted a nice like keyboard to work on, and it served me very well. The yieldy. Okay, I'm gonna, you know. Okay, that's not too bad actually. Okay.
No, I wanted to see it fall out on camera. You did a safety shake. Boom.
I did a safety shake, and like 2 things came out. So you would have been disappointed.
I would have picked up some like silverware and shit like this. Yeah.
Yeah, just pile a bunch of shit on my keyboard and then flip it over. Yeah.
Right. Did you see like that animated gif of the guy finding money in like the PS4?
Yeah. Yeah. It keeps going. It's like, and there's more.
It pulls the Nintendo 64 out of the GameCube.
Yeah, and there's like car keys in there or some shit, and they're like, like, oh my god, but what's in here? but oh my god, what's in here?
Oh man, I don't know. Like, if you like clicky keyboards, that's cool. Mechanical switches, those are awesome. If that's your thing, but like that's where it's got to stop it in because like there's no study ever done where it's like better for you or anything. Doesn't exist. It's never been done. Model M, man. I threw away so many Model M's, and that pisses me off every night before I go to bed.
You could have like stashed them all in.
Sell
them for $300 each.
I'm talking about I cleared out like 200 seats worth of them, right into the trash. Just and had them stacked on top of the trash next to it. AT connectors, baby. God damn. Yeah. How much do Model M's go for these days?
Well, they have the new ones. The
replicas. No, I mean real ones.
Real ones? Oh.
Yeah. None of that hipster bullshit.
Minimum $100 for a one that's missing keycaps. It was LGR, I think. That he got one of the new ones, the USB ones, and he was saying, yeah, it's still cheaper. That was like $130, something like that. It's like, yeah, they're still cheaper than a good condition Model M, which goes for $200-$300 easy. Like, okay, all right.
The most disappointing thing about that, somebody's buying it to get it to look at,
to put it on a display. It belongs in a museum.
We've been over this, Linux Neuro. Frank's dead. This is not a cult. It's a religion now. Undead dead.
We do gather on a weekly basis in the same place.
Yeah.
Twitch.tv/Linux Gamecast. Hello, L4M5.
Put enough
Lambs?
flux on it and soldering solders itself. All right, you can turn the most incompetent human being in the world
into a pile of solder? Yeah, absolutely.
Solder boogers get you down. Flux. Don't know how to pretend? Flux.
Flux is awesome.
Surface mount without a heat
And it
gun?
smells great.
Flux and call me. I want to watch it.
Because I just make uncomfortable eye contact when I eat bananas.
I thought you was like one soldering. You're like, there's your problem.
No, just in general. Although I can see how that would complicate soldering.
One of them went for
With banana in one hand.
$51. That's pretty good.
I think it's
Banana
about
in
like
one
reasonable
hand.
price. I think everybody who was willing to YOLO a price in the $100 is like they've gotten that out of their system. All right, let me get something to drink. And let me see if everything's low. Oh, that's right. OBS
Was missing
doesn't.
keycaps, right? Okay.
Oh. True acquisition. So I need to literally do this, which I can't complain about because it's development version of OBS. 17
So
Mac.
you did it to yourself.
Yeah, I'm inflicting this. I'm testing for the next version of OBS, which is going to not have GLX support. It's going to be EGL all the way down, baby. All right.
Not GBM.
Shut up, NVIDIA.
Is this EGL? Well, this is one of the reasons I'm testing it because, guess what? NVIDIA card. Does this work on NVIDIA card? Question mark. I'm like,
Yeah, EGL streams
No.
was the thing that NVIDIA was pushing, and everyone else was using
Bro,
GBM.
NVIDIA has an open source driver now. Everything just fucking works. What are you talking about?
you speak the true. We will hear nothing different.
Yes.
See, that would be sweeter if we were getting like GPUs on the side NVIDIA.
Right?
I'm just saying we might be able to deliver those lines a little more accurately.
A little more
If
convincingly.
the
a little more
3060
conviction.
Ti cost, MSRP instead of 800 pounds, NVIDIA. Yeah.
I'm still a little mad that I was told that like I was gonna get the position, so I didn't apply to. I was holding out, but NVIDIA had a DevOps position open, and I'm like, I would have been like, yeah, you want to give me one of those like 3090s as a signing bonus? I mean, I fucked up the interview at AMD by saying that I liked NVIDIA cards better. So I think I'm gonna have if I go to interview at NVIDIA, I have to shit talk them and talk up AMD. I just have to, right? Like,
Even if you don't want the job, just make sure you get an interview just to say that. It's like, AMD cards are getting a hell of a lot better now, and I don't have to deal with your drivers.
well,
So,
okay. So here's the thing, though. At NVIDIA or at AMD, I'm like, yeah, I'm a big fan of your CPUs. Yeah, like, what about your GPUs? Well, you see, I'm a Linux user. That's my daily driver, so I like my video cards to, work. Now this was back in the FGLRX days, so
Yes.
this was the truth, and now it's kind of the opposite, right? Like you get all the cool driver shit on the AMD side because
that just work. You plug it in and it's working. It's like, oh, I can just play games. I don't need to futz around with drivers or kill my running X sessions so I can
ACO?
install them.
DirectX 12 works on my RX 580. What the fuck?
Yeah,
doesn't work on my
works
1080
better.
Ti.
Works better than on a Pascal GPU. Yeah, go figure. AMD on Linux for the graphics side, they caught up.
Yeah, no, AMD has been doing quite the turnaround lately. Like even
Mostly thanks to the
hardware-wise.
community, but
No,
yeah,
I
they
mean,
caught
like,
up.
even hardware wise, like their GPUs were like super lacking and like overheating.
Oh yeah.
The CPUs were just like, well, we all suffered through having a bulldozer, pile driver, whatever. It's not great.
It's Ryzen. I remember I did the benchmarks between the 8370 and the Ryzen 1600. The Ryzen 1600 finished like Blender renders all on the CPU in half the time that it took the 8370. It's like, oh, okay, this is twice as fast. All right, okay. And it was the 1600. It was like the budget entry level Ryzen that you would still get like 6 cores, 12 threads. That was good.
What are you talking about, man? AMD walked in and be like, hey, man, 4 cores, 8 threads. You know what? Just 4 cores, bitches. You don't need to buy a premium. 8 thread was Intel's HEDT shit back then.
It's like 6 cores? Yeah, the remember the i7-5820X that Intel released? Or the K, sorry, 5820K, which cost $900?
Hmm?
Yeah. That now goes for less than $100 on eBay.
Listen, you got to give AMD. Then again, AMD didn't do it because they fucking love you. They did it because they had to undercut Intel. They had to have something.
Yeah. Well, like, and that was the thing for a while. Like, that was the Magny-Cours, like, strategy. It was just like, yo, we're AMD. We'll just give you a shit ton of, like, actual cores.
Mm-hmm.
And
I mean,
no one used them.
after giving you a shit ton of, like, not actual cores.
Yeah.
There are technically
integer
2 cores that share the L2 cache, which actually effectively means that they are a single core. That module was the 1 core and it had 2 physical threads.
Right now, Intel finds itself in a very interesting place because we're just, of course, we're thinking desktop. I'm thinking HEDT, workstation shit. But fucking AMD's eating lunch in the server side and on the laptop side. That's a new thing. Intel is like, the fuck's going on here? This has never been a thing, ever.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, okay, AMD had some mobile processors, but goddamn, you had a special order that, you weren't running into your AMD systems at your Fry's Electronics.
The Kabinis and the Kaveri APUs were not very popular. But yeah, the fact that AMD is now the most energy efficient, the faster when it comes to IPC, and the just cheaper option still. Wait, Intel, what are you doing? It's like the 5800X 3D is the fastest IPC, has the highest IPC of any of the.
Okay, we get it. But I'll tell you what Intel's doing. Intel's making enough money to build fucking fabs. That's what they're doing, Pedro Mateus.
Shame they can't build fabs to pump out GPUs. That would be nice.
This is like the reality. I mean, as much as we're all running AMD, Intel could buy AMD with fucking pocket change, but they can't because of regulatory shit.
Yep. Antitrust.
Yes, then they would become the de facto monopoly.
Mm-hmm. All right. Let's do HU acquisition. I'll make somebody mad. Somebody type it right now. Like I got a wall of AMD shit, man. Fuck off. Still need a AMD GPU. I've never had an AMD GPU. I've had an ATI GPU.
If everything goes to plan, I'll get a 6650 because those are the only ones that are under 400 pounds.
All right, chair acquisition, ladies and gentlemen. This is where we do a panel show. A little bit of one. We throw a game in the mix. We tell you what we like, how it runs in 3 different Linux systems and all that. But just to keep it interesting, to gamify it a little bit, we got to do it in under 3 minutes. Our volume's gone. And we try to keep each other honest. Because I know I'll look up and like, fuck, I'm out of time. So stay tuned.
I have run over twice, I think.
I forget to like mention this at the beginning of each time so nobody gets cranky when I mute your ass.
It's gonna get cranky anyways, so.
Well, listen, man, I don't like, you didn't do it last time, but fucking do it now.
Mr. Consistency. All right.
Maybe not next week, though.
We'll find out. Place your bets.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. Locked and loaded. Linux Gamecast versus Endless Cycle. In 3, 2.
I'm trapped in an endless cycle of torment called the Chairquisition. This week, we're taking a look at End Cycle Versus, developed by 12b3, done on libgdx, aka Java. You can pick it up for about $30 US. What is it? End Cycle Versus is a deck-building roguelike adventure that throws you into the heart of war. Master over 4,000 attacks, build your unique deck, and see if you has what it takes to end the cycle. So this is Chairquisition. If you weren't watching the live stream, Ven did a lovely little explanation. My summary: we got 3 people here. We're running 3 different distributions with semi-similar hardware for now, but we're gonna run this game on these computers. Tell you what we think, tell you how it ran, and give it a highly scientific score based on lawn chairs. You know, it's the best thing. So starting us off, we got. Oh, did I mention that the dev sent us some keys? Yeah, they did. Mandatory disclosure.
Yeah.
So let's get into it. Pedro Mateus, Piotr Miecius.
Myself.
What'd you think?
Go.
Yeah, over here on the Ryzen 7 3700X with the GTX 1080, it launched out of the box. On the Steam Deck, it launched out of the box. It V-syncs correctly to whatever hertz you happen to be running at. The controllers worked out of the box from DualShock, DualSense, and the ones on the Steam Deck, absolutely fine. There were bloops and background noise. I couldn't honestly tell you much about them. They were unintrusive, let's say that. But I can tell you that it is using ALSA because I had to link those to OBS to capture the audio, which no one is listening to, but the graphics are technically there, and honestly, the gyrating hips of the Azure agents, you may see if you're looking at the video version that will show up, will forever be burned into my retinas. That faction has no business being as sexy as they are. As for the fun, well, this is where things get complicated. This is technically, as they describe it, a deck builder, but not in the sense that Slay the Spire or Griftlands do deck building. No. This is a deck builder because the 12 skills that you can have at any one point are called Vox or voxelized object containers, are treated as cards. But they're not cards, they're just active abilities with cooldowns. And the cooldowns don't just affect that one hand that you're currently, because you have 3 hands, you can see at the bottom of the screen there, you have 3 hands, and each has 4 skills, or 4 cards. And if you use a level skill, it triggers the cooldown for all the other hands as well, so they're completely pointless. You might as well just have the one hand, focus on that, and just use that all the way through. That's kind of what I ended up doing. All you do is you have that one hand that you focus on, and then you dodge. It is absolutely a valid strategy, from my experience, to button mash while doing the dodging up and down. You'll get through levels very, very quickly and get through combat very, very quickly, because you are rewarded for getting through combat as quickly and as efficient as you can. And having to switch between those 3 hands is stupid and inefficient. Just ask Valve. An Artifact. Remember that? Yeah, that didn't go so well. But yeah, the mechanics and the combat seem at odds with each other, which is weird. Instead of cooldowns, a little suggestion, make each card a one-shot that gets bent once you use it, and then you get another one from your deck at the same level. I feel like that would be a better solution, but as it stands, it isn't, so it gets 3 chairs.
Okay, so on...
There, 3.
3. Blam! All right, so... On Fedora 35 64-bit with the R9 3900X and the GTX 1080 Ti, it launches out of the box, and I got really confused at first because it launches an AL soft sync in Jack, and I was very confused as to why it wasn't showing up in Pavu control, and then I busted open Carla, and I'm like, oh, this is some super tux cart shit. I don't think any of the other libgdx games we've covered have done this, but, you know, something to watch out for. Probably not going to hit your use case, but ran into mine. A very flexible controller configurator. You have a number of options and configurations for like Switch, Xbox, PlayStation style controllers, but you can't change any of the labels without having to remap all of the controls. It's a little annoying. Pixel art is well done, and the whole cast of like cute little queer diverse characters. done reasonably well. No real issues there. Soundtrack is beeps and boops. Seems fine. Yeah, the combat really reminds me of Indivisible, but instead of having the different characters, you have this deck building set up with the Mega Man Battle Network style grid movement. And there's a nice little tutorial that explains how all the various attacks work and how you can modify them to like have 3 different hands with like different stuff. And if you can take different strategies, like for example, you can, if you're watching the video version, you can see that there's a red and blue side, and you do less damage if you're not on your side, and you can't even walk onto other people's sides. So there's stuff to manipulate that. But to be honest, I don't really see the need to change the starter deck. I'm with Pedro on this. You can just kind of mash your way to success on the preset. There's some getting good involved with dodging enemy attacks and setting up combos, because there are certain missions where you need to like get a certain number of crush hits, which, requires you to, have appropriate number of combos. But beyond that, you can kind of mash away. Like I said, the cast is pretty diverse. And once you go through the enough of the missions, you basically unlock all the characters with all the abilities. So you can mix and match your playstyle with your preferred character aesthetic. It also comes with a level editor, which is always nice to see. There's a couple missions where like, they actually have like multi-stages within one mission. So it's not just the single stage things. You can do some more sophisticated stuff. I kind of wish they brought that out a little bit more. And I guess online versus could be a thing, but I don't see myself getting that good at it. Also, no one's online, so that's another strike against it. All in all, I'd say it's fairly well done, but that $30 price tag, that's a little much. I could really only give it 2 cheers for that.
All right. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be touching on that myself. On Debian 11, running out of the box on a 1920X with an NVIDIA 3060. No problems. Clean bill of health, man. All the basics are here, and that's really good to see. Windowed, full screen. Choose your own resolution in the windowed mode. But hey, there's nothing wrong with that. Rebindable controls, music volume sliders. Like to see that. Pixel art's done well. No complaints about the beeps and boops either. There. It works. Very, very important step. Now, I want to start this off with asking everyone, did you know that Mega Man Battle Network is the only esports game played on a Game Boy Advance? Because I did not. I looked it up. I'm like, had a learning moment. Because I'm not kidding, man. They have like tournaments and shit for that. Like, this is kind of neat. I stopped going down that rabbit hole because I need to point out this is basically Mega Man Battle Network from what I've seen, what I've looked at, what I've played. I have to assume the developers expect you to know the mechanics of that at least, because going in the in-depth tutorial lasts about 2 minutes. I kind of feel there's more than 2 minutes worth of, you need to explain to my dumbass what's going on before I really get a firm grasp on it. Granted, you can pick up the basics rather quick, but you are going to get killed to death relying on your basic bitch attacks. Case in point, I get killed to death pretty regularly. Now, I played about an hour into the story. Nothing really hooked me. At best, I kind of felt like it was maybe an overcomplicated game of dodgeball from my perspective. The deck building mechanics seemed workable. Again, from my perspective, someone who knows fuck all about that nonsense. What Pedro said is, you just pick your attacks and you put them in different slots. I did check to see if there was anyone playing online, but as you might expect, Ghost Town at 5:08 p.m. on a Saturday afternoon. Online player count apparently peaked in this game at 18 of April this year. I'm like, okay. Because we got to talk about the price, and I think it might have something to do with this. At $29.99, I was thinking maybe this game was on Switch, because sometimes Nintendo's like, you got to have price parity and something like that. Nope. It's a free Android game. So I'm going to defend games like Steven's Sausage Roll, which look easy and simply done on the surface, being a $30 game all day long. But this is really only going to work for long term if you got someone with an active player base. And considering it's like a very niche genre, it's not going to happen at that price. And it doesn't matter if the game's worth it or not. The Steam DB's lowest price for this was like $6.99. You might consider skewing closer to that for a little bit, at least to build it up. But if you want more than 0 people playing it on a Saturday afternoon, because that's rough, and that sucks as a developer, you make something, you want people to play your damn game. And I don't think you're going to be able to get that $29.99 of fun out of it in single player. I think we're going to see a lot of returns on that. Then again, it does have mods, and 16 of them. So, yeah, I'm going to say 2. 2. Gentlemen, I'm I think the
It's
art's really
too
well done.
expensive.
I think the sounds, I mean, it is well done. I don't have any complaints about on the technical aspect, how it looks, how it sounds. All of that's there, but being an online game, am I wrong about this? Because I didn't know about the Mega Man thing until I looked it up today. Because I had the thought of like, am I supposed to know how this works? Because I fucking don't.
It's a competitive game. It is very much a versus game, as the name would imply. So yeah, you would want to play it with other people, but that price, that's not cool. That's
$30 is high, especially for something like this with such an empty player base.
It's always going to be niche, and if you're going to price it like that, it's like, oh, we're not even going to get into that niche.
Well, okay, here's my second thought, because I can't be alone. Like, okay, well, where else can I buy this? Because it's $30 on Steam. Maybe it's like on sale on Epic or something. And your first result's like, no, it's priced at free on Android. And it apparently works on all of my Android devices that are lit up right now, which goes back quite a ways.
Yeah, so, I don't know. Maybe they're trying to get some money back for their development.
Here's another question that was cross-play enabled.
That I don't know, but you know, they do have online multiplayer, which is, you know, a step above, you know, most games of this
also
available. So,
sorry.
You know, that
it explains the Java though when you put it through that lens. You're like,
right? For sure. Yeah.
Give it a look. I mean, there's no demo. Is there?
Yeah. Wait till it goes on sale if you're interested in checking this out. Or there was that other game as well, Endlanders, if you want something similar.
There is. I'm hesitant to say run out and buy this unless you want to like buy a couple of copies for your people trapped in your basement.
Unless you really love Mega Man Battle Network and you just want more of that game. Yeah.
Maybe. Or
yeah, that seems to be what they've targeted, judging by the other reviews on Steam. It's it is a very positively reviewed game, just not a whole lot of reviews.
This one kind of tripped me up when I was fighting this guy. But to Pedro's point, yes, I found that the most valid strategy is to play dodgeball and just jump around and mash some buttons.
Yeah, you got to watch their cooldown. There was one boss fight where I realized, that one only attacks when their bar reaches 0, so I can just kind of wail on this person.
I wanted to see what it got to, because you can switch directions, and there's also like the insta-kill charge meter or stun lock. Like a couple of things that were glossed over that, you know, I needed. Again, somebody not familiar with the genre just picking it up. I think you got to do some more hand-holding, and I'm not somebody who wants nanny bars. No, I don't want an Ubisoft fucking game, all right? I don't need that. I just like... Kind of get me into how do I stack this stuff together and like become, you know, super effective or just competitive in this.
I think this also has a bit of like the fighting game psychology aspect to it as well, because a lot of this is just like playing against your opponent, and like the player versus enemy seems to be a lot less like it asks a lot less of the player than I would assume doing like player versus player does, right? Because then maybe you need to juggle between the 3 decks and actually worry about the grid layout. But I don't think any of us are that good, so we don't really have to worry about that anyways.
It makes sense. If you're talking about being against another human, you need to fuck with their head a little bit. But against, just button mash.
Yeah, deck building is a bit of a misnomer. I think like maybe there's a better phrase for this, but I'm not sure what it is.
Deck building light.
A deck light.
They're not cards. They're on cooldowns. That's just active.
Yeah, no, and what you said about like the single use thing, like that is straight up Dominion. That's like a deck builder mechanic. So that would probably match that description better than whatever this is. So yeah, coming up next, we talk about how NVIDIA has solved all of our problems. It's fixed my back. It's fixed my erectile dysfunction.
It's great for your crack.
Yeah, it's great for my butt crack too. Yeah, cut it with my crack cocaine.
Don't put crack in your crack.
Oh, this is like Gamecast, man. It's crack brocaine.
Crack brocaine. Crack Rogaine.
Yes, you can crack with 2
Valve is not the only one to build decks. They totally ripped that off from the Aya Nano, or whatever it is this week. Or the Steam, not the Steam Boy, the original Steam deck.
The Smack set. Yes.
Smack. You want to talk smack?
Yeah. Oh, they went out talking smack.
they did, and the like 3 of the founder and a couple of the employees from the Smash, it said they're currently working on a metaverse cryptocurrency thing.
Great.
Oh god, they are scam artists.
Yes.
Oh,
100%. Like, if you had any doubt that entire thing was a
Smash
long
coin.
scam, come at me if you want, because there's no other way to fucking spin it. Yeah, the whole like, oopsie, COVID, bye, poof, smoke bomb. That was an exit strategy for them. Like, opportune, seize the moment, carpe diem, fuck yourself.
Oh, we got a get out of jail free card with a pandemic? All right, let's go.
Pretty much, because they were floundering with no updates. You're like, so can we just disappear completely? So,
They had there was one YouTuber that got that
I
prototype.
hope he still got it. I hope he never gave it back. Like, the fuck are you going to do about it? Because you want to talk about a collector's item, man.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I can't imagine there were more than that one that worked.
That's what I'm telling you. Strider, take fucking good care of your Steam Deck dev kit. Like, boxing and everything. Because
they're just the 512 gig versions.
it doesn't matter. They're the dev kit.
Yeah.
And it's got matching, like, he can prove that was the development kit. To a collector, to me and you, we don't give a shit. Some motherfucker 20 years from now.
Probably, yeah.
Oh, yeah. If you're wondering, go look how much, I don't know, a PlayStation 2 dev kit goes for these days.
The original iPods that had the HP branding on the back. Those go for a lot of money.
I don't know. I was curious about, what was it, the Dolphin dev kits, GameCube?
Yeah.
Yeah, those look dope as hell. And I've watched I've watched like 2 or 3 fucking videos of, unfortunately, retro game collectors getting them, not with a collective sense to get one up and running. So, like, fuck. I want to see one. I want to get into it and see what it is, but yeah, well. DV sample, not for resale. Yeah, that could very well buy you some shit in the future. Take care of it, Strider. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, unmolested sticker. That sticker needs to stay pristine where it is.
What I'm saying, Strider, is you have 3 fucking Steam Deck. Put that one up. If not, send it to me and I'll go put it up somewhere.
No, you gotta sit on it for a year or 2 at least.
You know what? Don't send it to me because I'd want to take the motherfucker apart.
I'd like a Steam Deck.
Don't send it to Jordan because he'll fucking trash it.
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
I mean, let's be honest. And I don't mean like maliciously. What kind of...
Wee.
Well, I mean, what type of condition? How many Steam controllers? I mean, Switch controllers you been through, bro?
Two sets of Joy-Cons, but that's just like Joy-Con failure.
Analog drift for the win.
I mean, like, yeah, like I bought a new Joy-Con and it started getting drift like within a few months. It was bad, but I fixed it. Does sell the repair kits, and I'm like, oh man, I got like a shit ton of Joy-Cons here. I should probably crack them open and
Flip
fix
that
them.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't like fucking with analog because of the rubber band bullshit. I'm like, whatever.
Yeah. I got
By
those
that,
really
I mean,
nice.
I don't want to fuck with them.
I got those really nice the
Chunguses.
the Chungy Joy-Cons. Yeah, those are still really good. Those are still rocking and rolling. And yeah, I just have another wire. I bought that Zelda wire.
Pedro, that's called a
because
controller. Yeah,
Yes.
it's an analog.
I had to replace the left analog stick on this one because it worked in all directions except down and to the left. If you put it like down and to the left, it would just stop taking any
Man,
input.
Lee Harvey Oswald would have loved that controller.
So yeah, no, you were say playing a game that required you to back up and move to the left a little bit. Your character would just stop because it's not taking any input. I think the accelerometer was just completely fucked. So yeah, had to replace the entire mechanism for the analog, and yeah, no, DualShock 4s surprisingly easy to take apart and service.
Now, what'll piss you off is if you want to go see what a analog setup where cost wasn't really an issue. Go look at the one on the Dreamcast, because it's using a Holofix. So Ben Heck took one apart. He's like, fuck yes. Like, the technology to make one that won't break exists. It just costs money.
Right, and that's why it's never.
That's not what they put in the controllers that you buy these days.
Yeah, exactly. Why would they do that when they can just make you buy another $80 controller?
And let's be honest, like, you would pay a $20-$30 fucking premium if they could. Like, yo, this is never gonna.
Yeah.
And if it does, we'll replace it. It's like, fucking take it.
Yes, North Ranger. I've watched Linux Tech Tips too. I mean, the WAN show. I think that's when they do on Fridays, right?
WAN show, yes.
What Pedro said. Where are you getting the banana?
Annie Manny. Thank you very much for the follow and the sub.
Fuck yeah.
Eat that banana.
Double Annie Manny.
Poisoning.
Micro morts, baby.
Okay, under and over. Lethal dose of banana.
It's something like 2 million bananas in like the very.
Okay,
very,
what
like,
can I work velocity into this equation?
Well, I mean, once you start factoring kinetic energy into it, then it becomes a different question, right?
Boo.
It's like, how fast can you shoot a banana without it disintegrating? Because when it comes to bananas and other mushy stuff, like terminal velocity gets a whole new meaning.
Terminal velocity.
I mean, what is the minimum speed you can shoot someone with a banana for it to be fatal? I guess is the question.
That's the thing. Is that minimum speed going to be lower than you shoot a banana and it immediately disintegrates?
Listen, we have reinforced this banana with carbon nanotubes.
If we're sensing this properly,
then it's not a banana anymore.
We need to get down immediately.
Banana.
Start addressing banana temperature.
Yeah, the force of friction on banana. There's also aerodynamics to be concerned about.
No, I'm just saying a frozen banana turns into a Gauss rifle at a certain speed.
Yeah.
Well, you can go with what North Ranger is saying. Assume spherical banana in a vacuum. Then you can do rail banana.
I mean, when you assume
cows,
anything, right? Like, yeah, let's just assume cows are spheres for a minute. Sure, yeah, like let's just assume that I am a biblically accurate angel consisting of wheels, and eyes for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And 7 heads, one of which is a lion.
Damn it! Angel Jordan, put your pants back on.
That's a different type of angel, Pedro. You're getting your angels mixed up.
That's an archangel, yes.
An archangel.
An archangel.
Yeah, just runs. Oh, same thing. All right, never mind.
Angels install Arch Linux. Does that make you an archangel?
I'm not good at. What is it? Do I want to animate this?
GIFs you can hear.
That's very good.
Slurp. It snaps though. It snaps.
You know what? If you put some mesh in there to chop,
banana moosh,
it would make a bigger mess on the inside of the vacuum. Is all I'm saying.
All I'm saying is that this is someone's fetish. Someone is masturbating to this.
Oh hell yes. There's probably a subreddit dedicated to...
if the symbolism is not entirely obvious.
But listen, as Jordan discovered, there's a subreddit called Tree Sucking on Things.
Yep. Tree blowjobs, yeah.
Pretty sure.
Yeah.
Vacuum sucking on things.
I think that's a medical emergency subreddit though, because that's mostly filled with people with sucked off penises. Like physically removed penises, not like metaphorically sucked off.
All right. We have one more segment to the show before we kick into the after shows, and that's going to be a little bit of a hate mail. You could always write us. We got a contact page for it. If you're so inclined. YouTube can. Yeah, somebody fucking light that up. I can't do it. I would have. I could. And I care enough, but not enough to create a new Spotify account.
I don't think I even have an old Spotify account, so...
They made me I had to create an Anchor and Spotify to put it on there. I was like, I did the Spotify thing, like, psych!
You need the special account.
Like, that's step one, bitch. I'm like, didn't you buy Anchor? Like, what you gonna do, bro?
What you gonna do?
Calcon? No, not really. It's pretty tame.
CIA con. I read that as Ciacon first.
I read it as Calcon because I was going to make a Calgon joke.
Calgon, blow me away.
Still not, baby.
Calgon, as in the lime scale remover?
No.
No, the villain of Space Mutiny, Calgon. Roll
Or that really
Fizzledeep.
weird
Buff strong
educational transformers for schools, Calcutron. Yeah. He was like a transformer, but he did arithmetic and shit. Wasn't popular. Everyone hated him on the team. Like, fuck off. Get away, math.
Yeah, no, this is my, the thing that I think about, when I hear Calgon.
Oh my god, we'll get to it in a minute.
He's stalling. He's stalling so much. Yeah.
I was trying to get the picture and Google was being stupid with the link. It's like, no, the picture.
Oh man, prototype pods, baby.
No, you don't run
what-
any clothes or any dishes when you put that into the washing machine. That's purely limescale remover.
Lonnie had a like a promotional popcorn bucket from the Deadpool movie that was just like a hollowed out Deadpool head.
Oh, nice.
So we have that by the sink, and that's where we keep the dishwasher pods. Because I figure that's appropriate. Keep them in Deadpool's head.
I saw that due to inflation, they've made the Tide Pods smaller, and somebody immediately did a comparison. He's like, "Yay, they're in fun size now." Oh, right. Yeah, let's do it. Let me bounce at the end. Let's get this lined up. Let's scroll down and complain about also player not having playlist support like they do each week. Arr. Oh yeah, before I forget, everybody watching, don't blink, that episode. It's 15 years old this week. There. LGC cares.
The episode that made the statues look scary, and then
Remember the Statue of Liberty was one?
Yeah. Also, you know what? Getting one made is within my price range, but the shipping is not.
How much for the molds, though?
I didn't look for molds. I wanted a real one.
it's like, do you know someone with a pickup truck that's got a bed long enough that you could just lay it down there with some padding so it wouldn't break?
No, you just leave them around like the lawn, right? Like,
Nah, man, don't treat it like a toy soldier. Just paradrop it.
yeah.
We'll see.
Through the roof of your
Calgon
house,
is
like-
a thing in France as well.
Yeah,
Lick Calgon.
It's like a common cleaning product.
Yeah, it's not moon technology by any stretch. All right. Let's do it.
Let's jam out with our clams out.
Oh, man, no clams will be harmed in the recording of this segment coming to you live in 3, 2.
I really don't like seafood. But yeah, if you...
What did Sifu ever do to you? He's nice to me.
It's way too expensive
He crane kicked you in the head?
It's seriously, you go look at how much, I don't know, lobster or crab or anything
Well,
like that.
listen, if you're
costs.
taking kung fu lessons from like crustacean martial artists, you better watch
Pedro,
out.
that's why you need to get like artificial Sifu made with peas.
Beyond Sifu?
I don't know if it's not
Beyond
peas.
martial arts?
But yeah, it is. If you would like to, chime in on what it is that you prefer, seafood or seafood, as the case may be, please head on over to latestgamecast.com, hit the contact button. It's the page that it gives you is fairly self-explanatory. There's a top section full of caveats. You should probably read them. If you don't, and then we don't end up reading your message, you probably know why that happened. Then the form asks for your name, your email, a subject, and the message. That's it. That's all we
That's
need.
it. You know how to fill shit out? Do that. Put a comment on YouTube. You know how to do that. Patreon post. You get priority because you finance this, that, and that, and there. If you @reply us on Twitter, good fucking luck.
Message us on Steam, we will outright ignore you.
That's how you get removed from
they
my
will not be seen.
Yes. Pro tip, if you've ever wanted to get deleted off there, easy, one straight line to it. Now, we were talking about NVIDIA cards and AMD cards and all that fun stuff. And, we're always whinging about, like, why aren't you normal NVIDIA? NVIDIA, like, laughs in money. Why they can't make 30 series. Now 30 series cards are kind of available. They're just still wicked expensive. To the point where I got, like, the short bus 30 series card, and I was ecstatic for like 20 minutes too. I was like, yay, and put it in and it just goes to work. But there's some cool things you get with NVIDIA, at least Cast Curse thinks Pedro Bateas that there's a unsung feature that we just completely skip over each and every time we forget that our monitors have speakers.
Yeah, this came out because last week we were talking about the drivers, which had some improvement for NVIDIA HDMI audio, which CAS, as in, I'm assuming, Contrast Adaptive Sharpening Curse, says NVIDIA HDMI audio is the most underrated hardware in PCs. I think about the specs, monstrous channel count, at high sample rates and bit depths with bitstream support. They have rock-solid timing better than most pro audio gear. Check out how short your buffers can go. Double exclamation mark. And if you want a DAC, headphone amp, you get a secondhand hi-fi receiver for like $100, and you have a kilowatt surround sound system and a Lush amp, that's double the amps, for when you're wearing cans. These things absolutely crush. You should try it. Okay? I think the only time I ever used NVIDIA HDMI was on the Steambox 360 out of the 1650. So,
I mean, I have some like PC speakers plugged into like the headphone jack of my monitor, and I'll have like audio come out of the through the HDMI there if I just want to hear stuff in the room.
Yeah,
it sounds okay.
Perfectly blunt. There's a couple things. One, with what an NVIDIA card costs these days, it better fucking rival a audiophile headphone.
Oh man, can you
with
imagine
the power
audiophile
that it's
GPUs?
too?
Don't. I know somebody's fucking selling those. I don't want to live in this world, so I'm not looking at it.
I don't want to live on this planet anymore.
GM.2 SSD.
NVMEs. Yeah, audiophile NVMEs. All they do is get some super glue and put some caps on that motherfucker. Like audiophile.
And one of those 525 power jacks. I don't know why that's there.
Hey, man. They don't know better. I mean, they're the type of people who search for audiophile. This is a long-running joke with audio engineers, is the forum joke of like, which hard drive's better for recording, better for tracking, but same difference. And people will, and you'll say, is SSD or mechanical or Maxtor or Seagate? And people will come back and like, you mean mechanical or SSD? And I'm like, no, between the brands, which one sounds better?
Well, clearly these Seagate Barracudas have like superior sustain, right?
But what's the resonance with an Iron Wolf?
I'm just saying, every now and then you get a bite on it, but it's always long tried and true. Like, just have some fun. But I got to be real though. I don't normally. I deal with a lot of HDMI, but I always forget that the HDMI noodle has sound coming out of it until I plug it into the monitor the first time, got a system on before I have a DAC plugged into it. And then the monitor starts screaming at me and scares the fuck mothering. Like,
really teeny speakers too, because those have not gotten any better.
Right. But I guess, I don't know if that's necessarily a cost effective. I think what Cass is throwing down is like, hey man, if you already got an NVIDIA card, you got a pretty good multi-channel setup because, hey man, you know it's there because you have to disable it and
Internal to do it. Yeah.
PowerView control. Just go to PowerView control.
Oh.
HDMI disabled.
Oh there. No, baby, no, baby. I pull that out. I blacklist that. The Intel. Like, I do not want any NVIDIA audio on these boxes in particular, but it is there and it does support multi-channel, even at Linux. So,
yeah,
if you got one lying around, that's probably a good option. Something that yeah, a lot of people are not going to think about, especially for surround sound. Do you have surround sound, Jordan?
No. I just have a bunch of speakers piled on the floor haphazardly.
Well, I mean, I'm looking at your room behind you. So did you get a surround sound system? But they're just like laying
Yeah,
around?
you have a dedicated room now, so you could.
I could. You know what? If when I get the TV for that wall over there, I might. Who knows?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't even have a I mean, I got a sound bar. We talked about that earlier, but yeah.
I was storing someone's surround sound system for a while, but I never bothered to set it up because I wasn't sure if they were going to ask for it back, which they did. So I'm glad I never did.
Oh, dude, that would have taken place one day after you got everything.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Like, yeah. Is it worth it? No.
And here's a pro tip. If you're ever searching for sound, don't look up sounding. Trust me on that. Don't.
Okay. Google.
He's just going to do it anyway, and you'll hear the noise from him in the afters.
Ding.
That's going to do it for this episode of Linux Gamecast Weekly. If you want to get
a gig of them,
huh?
Half a gig of them, 512.
Half a gig, baby. We can address some of it, but if you want to get in touch with me, I'm just Vinstone on Twitter or just at Vin at mass.linuxgamecast.com. Hanging out. Pretty easy to just chat me up. IRC, Discord, Twitch. I'm usually hanging around. I might read it. And that's that.
I'm the elusive 615-bit Jordan. You can find me on Twitter at The Burning Fool or twitch.tv/Burning Fool.
And you can find me playing with old netbooks, trying to bring them back to life. Maybe even use them to do the occasional bit of low-end gaming.
Netbook romancy?
Netbook romancy, yes. On Twitter, at unaccounted4, or on our Discord if you happen to be one of our Patreons. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge.
I don't know. I just saw that Katana talked about THX and Logitech, and I was like, please, for the love of fucks, tell me they made a THX surround sound mouse.
Yeah, just screams at you.
Here's some credits.
Speaking of THX, yeah, some Lucas S. What the fuck is that? What's that word, Ven?
Back from incarnate?
Good.
There's not a direct English friend. It's when you want to punch somebody in the face, basically.
All right. Well, we got to thank our advisors, Omega and Arthur, who don't want to punch us in the face. Also, Aldius, Barbara, Scott Michaud, Atomic S, Mike G, Mike T, Drummer, Kohaku, George Fett, Pebble, Unoid, our executive producers, and our Lil Nicky. Well, there goes the TARDIS. Chicago Kicks Ass fans, Darkwing and Obstruction.
How dare you? Don't sue us, BBC. That was a Scottish
Sea
police
Monsters, Jack B, Renault, Ryder X, back into Trudgyverse, Hanuda, Justin, Frost, Gloss, Strider, Hakeem, and Nubbin. The Death Notes, Nova, Basil, Chad, Romeo, Marson,
Zenthros Gaming, Yannick,
Renee,
Influxdog, Lord Mocha, IRS, all the chairlings, IRS, Iris, 121,
Jill,
Mr. Lord, hey, I see Mr. Lord.
Gametron, and Dodger.
Brian, Ramzalata,
Jonas Rulo,
there's
Prezzo,
beer.
Massive
Incredible
Oni,
Lyric,
and Frezzo.
-9, Anselmo,
Dementor,
Fellatio,
Ogie Vaughn,
Thomas T.
a large
There we
mammal,
go.
and those fuckers.
and all of our fine upstanding cannibals helping us out, getting equipment for the studio. Carl Micro, Theron, Linux, Neuro, LDS, Noctilus, Johnny Shep, and Game_Mo_Tron. Ladies and gentlemen,
Cowabunga it is.
hopefully you had a good time Linuxing with us this evening, this morning, wherever you may be. But until next week, Dynafire.
It's 4:04 in the morning, time not found.
Hashtag LGC cares.
Cowabunga.
With peas. Peas care.
Cowapinga.
Pinga? Ponga? Ponga? I don't know.
Cowparunga.
Conga?
Conga line of cows. Is that called a moo?
It's a moo cue.
The moo cue. God damn it. That makes sense too.
Yep.
Yeah, that works.
The moo cue. My favorite Pokemon, Mewtwo.
Yay! What was the runtime on that? Oh shit, we did do an hour. That was gonna be. That didn't look like a full hour's worth of.
Yeah,
in the notes. That looked,
we stretch it out. Yep.
If anybody's wondering, we came across that finish line at 1 hour, 2 minutes,
Okay.
47 seconds. D's get degrees, kids. Cow pickle. Keep going.
Cow cucumber? Cucumber?
I don't know. Calcu. I don't know. Pickle.
Calculator? Cow cucumber?
Cowcumber.
408 time down. Oh,
It's 406 now. What's 406?
What is 408?
It's a permission error.
Not acceptable.
Is that a I fucked up or you fucked up?
Request timeout. Yep.
406 is not acceptable.
Somebody fucked up. There we go. That's it.
408 is you fucked up. You didn't send the request in time.
Yeah, basically, the 40 something errors are user cockups. 5 something errors because it's a server cockup.
You know what, North Ranger? I'm glad we brought science into this.
Yeah, so you have an idle connection that's being killed. That's from the Mozilla web docs. So I assume the Mozilla people know what they're talking about. At least when it comes to HTTP.
I was about to say, they still don't know how to unfuck their goddamn mail client. It just pissed me off so much, man.
Isn't Thunderbird its own thing now?
I think technically it is. I think it's financed independently or something. No, I went to test because
you were messing around with the DPI scaling, right?
They got a new release, head nut. And I'm like, all right, let me try the nightly, and I plug that in. And welcome to 2022. You still got to do the step one for anybody with a 4K or above screen is you're going to go into options, going into the advanced, ignoring a thing that says don't go in here, you're going to fuck shit up, son. Then having to change a value, and once you do that, it fucks up all the alignment. And I give people static for design things, but that's annoying for everything, and it's still too small on the right hand side. And this is on a 43-inch monitor too. It's sad. I don't know. It's like somebody at Thunderbird has something against any resolution above 1080p, possibly 1440, maybe. I don't know. Pedro, what do you use?
I have no idea what you're on about. I was looking up error codes.
Email client, Pedro. What do you use?
Thunderbird.
What resolution do you run?
The screen that it's usually on, 3840 by 2160, but I have it crammed down in a quarter, which is 1920 by 1080.
Have you embiggened it?
No.
No?
Don't see the need. 1080p works fine. Perfectly legible.
Okay. Yeah, I use Evolution day in and day out because you don't have to do any hacking on it.
I mean, yes, everything does look very tiny. It's there's a lot of wasted space.
Oh, I could fucking read it if I had to.
It's perfectly legible. It's just, there's a lot of wasted space. There's entire rows of nothing.
Yeah, because it's not formatted. It doesn't scale correctly for monitors. Everything's in goddamn way over here. It's obvious. Type in 4K Thunderbird. And it's not a Linux issue either. I'm just saying, that's a rough experience for your out of the box. Chromium? You use Chromium for what?
As the mail client.
You just use Gmail?
Yeah, I mean, I do. I got out of the whole business of downloading all my mail onto a new computer when I realized that was dumb and I should just use the browser version. But
does Gmail support multiple mail accounts?
So there's a hacky way of doing it, and where you can authorize Gmail to send email on behalf of other emails. And you can have you can set up your other emails to route all your stuff to your Gmail inbox, which is what I do.
So it's just just in case Gmail wasn't reading everything that wasn't going through Google.
I mean, I
care.
I have one non-Google email account.
I got a lot of non-Google ones.
I guess I I have two. I have the Hotmail one for garbage, and I have the Linux Gamecast one. Those are my two non-Google email accounts. I guess no. Even my work one. It's Google.
We're in the after shows in tech. What are you talking about? Oh, do you mean like, is anyone dying to have you smack a microphone for about 5 minutes? I don't know, bro. Maybe. You got Strider almost beat on that. Like, you need to have like a microphone attack off Strider. So you just bat it and fuck it up the most.
It's like a pinata.
Mm-hmm. It's like Michael. Michael's audio is probably going to be too loud, as is tradition. Going to be blown out. Which it doesn't blow our ears out, because its limiter is going to clamp down on that. Then second limiter. It's like fucking hobbits up in this shit. Whose shirt do you have on?
Death.
Death. All right.
Nice and obvious.
Death in general, or?
Yeah, just Death in general. The band Death.
I didn't know. Maybe they were like a Canadian polka band I didn't know about. I'm like, Death. All right.
Oh, no, they're from Florida.
There's one thing about the old NVIDIA drivers that I'd forgotten about.
The main dude died of brain cancer like a decade ago.
Well, I was wondering because it looked kind of like a Harlequin skull or some shit. And I was like,
Yeah, it's like a man's face or skull or something. I don't know.
All right, Pedro's dying to show us his notebook.
No. It's old NVIDIA drivers. Give it a second after Plymouth is gone.
Yeah, Individual Thought Patterns. Not my favorite Death album, but it was the one shirt in my size, and I'll take it.
All right.
There we go. There's Plymouth.
So what are we supposed to be angry about?
Hold up. It takes a while.
I'm mad about this boot. Why is my time being wasted by this?
Pedro's keeping us in suspense, and we'll watch this bullshit to find out what he's talking about.
Did you see the NVIDIA logo that showed up there full screen?
What?
Yeah?
Yeah. Old NVIDIA drivers. I keep forgetting that they used to do that.
Oh, shit. 3DFX would have driven you up the wall because that shit was animated.
and it made shit in your home directory? Yeah, it's crazy.
It introduces a ad during boot. Kudos, NVIDIA.
I got a list of games, Pedro, that I want you to be angry at.
Games, I sort of expect that because they have to make a lot of deals. NVIDIA, on the other hand, they probably have the money. They don't need to advertise.
Well, it hasn't been that long ago, because I remember when we first started the show, the NVIDIA logo was a thing. I just never thought about it because we just accepted our fate.
It wasn't a thing by the time the 970 came out.
Yeah, but I'm going back. When I started the show, it was like on a 450.
Didn't you have dual 450s?
I got an entire drawer of like pristine NVIDIA cards. Man, I put them out and there's like 9 of them. Like, I couldn't tell you. I know one start with a 4. I got a 5 too, I think. Was there a 5?
There was
you had
a
2
5.
560 Ti's when I started, yes.
I remember when I started, I had like... Oh, no, I think I had the
Did you have a 6 series?
I had a 670 super clocked at that point, which was a great card. Fantastic card.
I had a calculator, Toshiba L650.
Man, and you know what? Hey, now the AMD model numbers have caught up, and the NVIDIA ones are... God, I fucking hate computers. Why do I do this shit anymore? I don't know.
Yeah, I still got Jordan 770. And I got a 980 with a dead fan on it.
There are a lot of MSI fans, for replacement fans for GPUs on eBay.
Yeah, I just don't feel like cutting through the frame to get the wires off. Hi, MSI. It's like, that was a questionable design choice. I'm just going to go out and say it. That's a lot of faith in your fucking fans. Which is great because it's the fan that only cuts on when it gets warm. So 90% of the time you're fine, then you get the surprise. Out of nowhere. XFS. Oh man, Intel's going to do that shit. Watch them. No, they're not. That's too simple of a number for Intel. Bullshit. It's going to have an I, an H, and
a U, a G,
yeah. Some extra numbers after that. Yeah. And it's going to be like 39600 series.
And it's going to have 2 code names, one for the actual CPU. Oh, no, wait, that was AMD.
Honestly, like, Intel model numbers haven't been that bad, though. Like,
yeah, but right up until you get to the point where you say, so you get an i7?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Usually it's like, well, you got
the 127750 HKU.
Yeah, I think now that they're past like 10 generations, maybe they need to reconsider the numbering scheme. But
mayhaps.
Yeah, those numbers are getting long, but like reading them never was difficult, and I don't really invoke the name of my processor.
Like every generation of i7 had a color. You would run a gamut, quite the gamut there.
Yeah, be a regular rainbow.
Dithering would be pretty good. Because I have i7s in these toasters down here. Thank you, Pennywise. Okay, yeah, we're going to bounce over to the after shows. And so if you're listening to us live and you want to continue listening, or if you'd like to participate, come say hi to us. It's a bad idea, but we always do it. Guys, just kidding. I wanted to watch him. Just leave here. He's hanging by his side.
I think Nemo's already given up.
You gotta bait them though. You gotta like wait till they all go and then like switch and then wait until they all come back. And, got it. Some Australia America stuff.
Jordan, there's a fine art between pissing somebody off and making them mad.
I couldn't tell the difference.
Oh man, 12900K. Is it a 129? Wait, 1290K or is it 12900K?
I don't know.
I mean, all of the Intel CPU series are fucking moon speak to me.
Yeah, it's the 12900.
Sounds right.
I think that's the i9. Yeah. Which, for a short moment there, was the fastest gaming CPU.
For a short moment? I thought it was like 3.5, possibly 4 short moments.
It was a month, and then AMD is like 5800X 3D.
Tonight we're going to play a little bit of tanks.
Tanks.
Oh, let me see. Camera or
tanks
no camera?
For the memories, even though they weren't so great.
Oh. Okay, you guys
get
a
for
camera.
the memories.
And wait, I went to the wrong fucking room, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Watch this. After shows. Hey, man. Somebody renamed all of our live channels.
See, I saw there was a new message on the Trackmania chat, so I went to have a look. It's like, oh, there's a new voice channel. I had not realized that. And then Event Stone saying, yeah, I made that.
I made that because I understand the confusion on like Tuesdays or especially Fridays. You log in, you just see a bunch of people hanging out in the after shows, and you're like, well, fuck, I want to come hang out in the after shows. I mean, I would. And just come talking, you're like, oh, right, not really the after shows, and we're live. Trackmania. Like, oh. So I made a Trackmania thing.
And
come on. Here we are.
It's the Steam!
All the way down. God damn it. Get on the right shot. Fine.
No escape. No escape from the horse.
Let me see. AJ, LGC. Let me give them a record sync. There we go. Now they can hear us.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
Yay.
I don't know. I mean, it might be for the best, really, when you think about it. So did anybody play anything fun this week?
Oh, great. Camera's not connected.
Not really.
I'm going to go ahead and plug Celesta again. It was dope.
Yeah, that looked like fun.
I started watching Standalone Complex 2045. They finally released the second season of that.
Is that the Netflix 3D?
3D one, yeah. It's not bad.
Does the story save the animation?
The story is...
Hey, there's Nemo
formulaic.
attacking his fucking microphone.
Yes,
I know he's
that's
Good
new.
thing you got there.
God damn it.
And he's too loud.
He's got to run from across the room, right?
I fucking guess. I'm about to kick him out of after shows until he gets his shit sorted. Have some love and respect for the other people in the room, man. And people watching this live.
Oh, right. What's the point in having to watch this shit?
Ah. My ears.
Still going on.
It's just, all right, man. I love you, man, but we can't do this to people watching.
But from the mic.
Yeah,
Oh,
for
Steam
some
Deck.
reason it was doing that for me just a moment ago.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, well, that's fine. There we go.
Eventually, the young boy will figure out how to deal with his audio.
Oh, god damn it. Y'all heard all that, didn't you?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to show your video, why not just disable it in Discord instead of just showing the flag?
There is Discord, you know.
He's in the abyss, falling eternally.
I don't know.
Who are you talking to?
You know what?
Who am I talking to?
Yeah, I gotta cut down.
I'm not real.
Is that Asshole and Brent? Nope. It's, by the way, woman. Hi.
And then you see a slipper fly or a
Yeah, just the Garrot.
insert emotional damage here.
So, what are we going to play?
That weird.
You should have done that in the first place.
Okay.
Shell Shock. Am I online?
Ah, there we go.
Thank God for saying the name because I literally forgot the name of the game. That's how good I care for it. I was literally forgot the name.
You were looking for a game called Tanks, weren't you? Yeah.
I did a search for Tanks. I thought Tanks was in the. I literally forgot the fucking name because. Yeah, you can see I don't regard this game highly.
Okay.
See if it will launch for me.
This is my first time launching it on the deck.
Yes,
Let's see if it works.
it launched.
I think it works with a controller pretty decent.
Yeah.
I haven't
Strider was
tried it.
playing on the deck when he first got his.
The controls are pretty
desktop
basic either way, right?
Still gotta set it up.
Okay. Wow.
Please launch.
Please lunch. I want
Oh,
lunch.
right. Do we have a game audio? Let me see. Boop. You guys.
Launch.com.
Oh, yes. Epic as it ever was.
Lunch.com?
Now on Android and iOS, but we're
Oh yeah, that was the place to go to see music videos before YouTube was a thing.
What was that?
Launch.com.
Oh, yes, but that used Windows.
Yeah.
The Windows streaming media thing that we talked about
Yeah,
earlier.
it used
I like how
ASPs
there's a room
and-
called "Suck My Dick."
Yeah, that's not funny to people who stutter like me.
But
I think
it's-
Jordan
it-
can do it because, well, you've probably heard the show a few times already.
No. I do have a stutter. It's an autistic tick. But also, the word on the screen was literally dick with like 11 C's.
Look at this atomic beat, everyone.
I was
Yes.
reading something off a screen.
Oh, you're reading. Okay. Well,
Yes. I
There we
can't be
go.
held responsible for the things I'm forced to read. That's how that works.
that's exactly how like your beliefs work.
Yes.
You have
Sure.
You believe in what you... Yeah, you believe in what you read. Yeah, no, that I think I can get behind that, yeah.
Believe in what you read? I don't know.
I don't believe
Sometimes.
everything I read.
Not really.
You shouldn't
It's
believe
true. I
everything.
read it on a JPEG on the internet.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Abraham Lincoln
Yes,
told me
another
that.
Abraham Lincoln quote. Yes.
Albert Einstein and Abraham Lincoln told me while they were Eiffel Towering me.
Oh man, where's my chat? Oh, is chat there? Is it just hit one cap, chat audio, stream chat? Yeah, it's just tiny. All right, there it is.
Yeah, there it's on top of the menu,
Yeah.
hidden behind the other text. Oh, someone's been practicing.
What? What?
Wait,
I don't know.
what?
Has Patrick always been that high level? I don't recall.
Yeah, I'd be
Okay.
around the same level as Mr. Alert, but the game stopped working for me for a couple years.
Mir didn't want to play it for a couple of years.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Noted.
It called a stack trace, and like stack trace kernel panicked or did something, and it just
I mean, I'm sure when you're writing large dumps to full RAM disks, I'm sure that causes problems. I don't know.
yeah probably.
I don't know. Did you run Linux Nero script that makes a RAM disk out of all the available RAM in your system?
Why would you ever do that? That's a
And the
horrible idea.
swap.
No, that command filters out the swap.
Oh, it was filtering out the swap? Because I
Yeah,
thought it was checking for the swap too.
No, it does a head and a tail to only get the middle.
Right. Okay.
And then I told him like, yeah, there's a better way to get that value out.
Well, at least we won't have any randos.
I don't know. There's about to be a spot for
I get distracted easily.
Let's shock.
Oh, we're all clumped up. Let's
Oh,
move.
We
All right,
fight together, we die
I guess-
together, right? That's exactly how it works.
Ride or die, motherfucker.
Oh, I can't move. Boo.
All right. Let's see if I can thread the needle under that portal.
I literally don't know which team I'm on. I cannot even see my name.
Hmm.
I'm next to Mir.
All right, let's.
Oh, I think you're on Team Blue.
Damn it.
Hey,
Okay.
that worked out.
Okay.
I totally meant to do that.
Stop
that
following
way.
me, Mir.
All according to Keikaku.
So
how
here's
come-
a question. If I go through big portal, does it go out of big portal or a little portal?
The
Big
the
portal
size
goes to
matches.
big portal. A small
Yeah.
portal goes to small portal.
Thank you.
Sense?
I thought it was orange portal goes to orange portal and blue portal goes to blue portal.
No. It's
Shut up,
portal
Pedro.
rules.
Shut up. Shut
How
up.
dare
Oh,
this game
right, other
expect you
team.
to play
Never
Portal?
mind.
Like, this game is following the Portal games of rules of Portal.
Well,
Oh,
this is gonna be
shit.
fun.
Well, you can tell by the obvious now.
Well,
What the
I can't
fuck?
climb ananymore. Actually, I
Well-
can't move at all.
All right. Well, let's. All right. How?
Let's-
How?
But-
Maybe this.
You see, I want to thank the game, but it's going to focus on this, man.
I really gotta. All right. Well,
Way too far.
no.
No. All right.
Okay, I feel singled out here. Tis but a scratch.
All right.
92 damage with that one. I'll take it.
Okay. All right. I wasn't too far off.
Oh, let's see.
I just need to get high. I need to climb on. I need to climb on top of Pedro and get high.
Dude!
You'll feel it when the desk gets hot.
Here, try this carbonated coffee.
Ugh. It wasn't a coffee. That was the problem. I wish it was coffee. It was coffee flavored soda.
Oh, man.
That's just
That
so
pinata missed the
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a
friendly
lot of
fire, and I'm not happy about that.
them. I threw one out for ranging, and
right.
halfway is what I discovered.
That's
All
No
right.
one's moving?
I'm not sure what you're.
I
Well,
can't move. I am
Yeah.
on too big of an incline to move up. Or down.
Yep.
They might have you muted because of your audio issues.
Damn it! Too far. Look, no, I hit something. All right, I'll take it.
I hit the bouncy thing.
I overshot it just a little. I'm just like a little bit less.
It probably was coming through your webcam.
What's a spiker do? I'm trying gravies.
That's the thing that I just used. The thing that goes.
Ah. Come on, gravies.
Huh?
Okay. We're getting
Ow.
What are the portal boxes
Again,
do?
portal rules.
Dude, the king's alive, man.
Oh.
Rods from God, baby.
Timely
What
references.
The fuck? What the fucking fuck, man? This is ridiculous.
Man, Foxy, you protected.
All right, I'm gonna try using Dawson. Whatever. I don't wanna wait.
Shit.
I want to know right now and we.
I don't want to wait for my trapper keeper to begin.
I don't want to wait for my traffic keeper.
Man, I think South Park like really exposed me to Akira for the first time. And like, oh, okay, what's that? Oh,
No. The rainbow. Rainbow bouncy. Sorry.
The pretty colors.
Spermies.
Oh no, it's the
single hit,
spermy
please?
boys.
I don't want your sperm in my face.
It's Josh's, little Josh's.
Yes.
All right.
It's the D9VK person.
No, it's Joshy. All right.
Bring it.
My God,
All right.
I'm so
I we'll go for it. YOLO swag.
No. No.
Oh, yeah.
No.
That worked. I'll
feel
take it.
single.
Guess I'm the first casualty.
And Mir just stole your
That
stuff.
bro hits on fire.
Thanks, man.
You're welcome.
All right. All right.
What the hell's
Well,
a Synclet?
We'll find out. Chicken or eyes.
Hopefully.
Chicken!
There we go.
Oh,
Oof.
shit.
All right. That's not bad. That's not bad. Still good.
It's not
Still
too
good.
bad.
All right.
Well, I don't know what the hell a Synclet is, but we're about to find out.
Hey man, this is part of the joy of the game.
Oh, I like the Synklets.
Oh, I'm out.
Yep.
Yeah.
I killed you. Hey, we can move again. Yay!
I think we can move, yeah.
Oh my god, I can finally get out from Pedro's ass.
Giggity.
Boo. Okay.
Gentlemen, I don't think this is going to be.
Can we? Does it reach Foxy? Yes, it does. Oh my god, that actually worked. What the fuck?
I can't help but notice like the two chasms on the sides of Mir. Ooh. All right.
Shit. I thought I dodged the palm tree there.
You didn't catch
All
the
right.
worst of it.
All right. Oh, I guess what we take out Mir first and then we deal with Foxy.
That seems to be it's the quickest because Mir has less HP.
Yeah, like I'm moons. I don't understand how moons work. What happened
not
and
sure
why did it
anyone
hit
does.
nothing?
Yeah, consolidation.
No- no
frozen
one
that?
hit
I don't think they do
anything.
either.
Yeah, they just kind of scatter-shotted. I'm super unclear on what the fuck this thing actually.
What the hell is...
He shot a drone.
It's a drone.
Huh.
Well, there goes Nubbin.
All right. Well, hey, it's a clear shot.
Hey, Mr. Alert.
How about that?
Eh,
How a boot dude? I guess I got another one of these guys. So
Well, I'm alive for a little while longer.
God damn it.
Ooh. Ah.
Okay, that didn't hit me, right? Let's,
I don't know. Atomic has expressed his displeasure. Some harsh words, man.
boo!
There we go.
Yes!
That's how you know it's the real Atomic. Okay.
it's the real Atomic,
Right it. Ooh.
not the fake Atomic.
Oh, shit.
Well,
No, you're still good.
I
You're
dodged
still
the
good.
airstrike, but I got hit with the lightning.
Okay, so all right, so Foxy is just like turbo fucking protected.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you find a way to go under him. Oh, I got a molehill, so that will absolutely go under him.
Yep.
Mountains out of.
But you got to do the angles for it.
yeah, see, the problem with the target any smack behind the circle of defense is that thing could just move like a centimeter up
Yep.
on your turn. Like, well. Bonk.
Boo!
Bonk.
No.
Oh, no.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
You got this, Foxy.
Whee!
Ooh-wee.
Foxy, I am disappointed.
He's already dead, Michael.
Can we do a portal skill shot?
Dude.
Don't get greedy. Damn it.
I didn't.
There's too much wavy waves. Didn't work out.
Hurry up and kill the kangaroo. Oh god.
That is
Well,
going to be a
I'm dead.
direct hit. Goodbye, Pedro.
Yep.
Yep. There's no tis but a scratching that one.
No.
None.
Nope.
The companion cube did a number on me.
Oof.
You got some
Earth-
hits.
Canada versus Australia.
Earth, fire, water, and dirt. Fucking magnets. How did they work?
Colony fight.
Yeah.
Ooh, that
Canada versus Australia. I think I need to move next round.
Ooh.
Okay. Man, I wish I had a fucking airstrike. Nope.
Whoop.
Too hot.
Wait.
Too hot.
Nope.
No.
It's what you get for buying your magnets from a hip hop group. What the hell was that?
ooh,
This is
a
screw.
digger.
I want one of those.
Nope.
Still too hot.
Cool theory.
Still too hot.
But
Oh,
hey,
no.
at least you got some ammo.
Rip in peace.
Whoop.
And oh yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Wow.
You know what? I did better than usual. I'll take it.
GG,
Well
Foxy.
done.
I can
Hey,
also
Alan,
take some
do you want me
consolation
to
in the
drop
fact
out
that I
so you
can,
can get
like,
in?
lift 6 foxies on my back. So you know,
I get water balloons. What's that?
I got a lot of coins for that though.
Like to get in. I don't really care if it's you that drops out to get me in.
I don't care as long as I get to step on you scrubs.
Alan's just like, as long as I get in, man.
Okay, there's the spot open.
As long as I get
There
to
we
slap you guys around a bunch, I'm good.
go. Where the hell did the music come from?
The game.
Wow. I didn't
Let's
even know
shock.
the game had music.
You know, it's amazing what you can discover when you pay attention.
It's
Yeah.
Foxy's win music.
I guess I normally mute it.
What was it?
Wait, no, I don't.
APB Reloaded. You had a music composer in game, and some dude actually released an entire album where all of the music was composed in game. So yeah, no, like you get killed and you listen to the person who killed you. You listen to their music. There were people that were just. They had screechy.
I could imagine, yes.
But what if you get like Mario Paint What Is
terrible.
Love, and then you just like try to get killed every round because
Me.
like
There were a lot of people with recognizable themes. Yes.
So we currently have a two-way race right now.
Yeah.
Oh, sure wins.
You have the in-game music muted. Oh,
Ooh,
God.
it's Shocker.
Team Malbert versus Team the rest of you fuckers.
Oh, shit. Now what do we do?
North Los Angeles versus South Los Angeles.
Ugh.
Let's go.
I don't... Moons. When in doubt, moons. Sorry, guys.
Nope.
Moon.
Yes.
Yes.
No.
Oh wow.
That would have been so nice.
Well, that just extended our playtime,
Tank
now,
wiener.
didn't it? Go for it, Atomic.
Wee,
Fuck.
tank wieners.
Whee!
On goal. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You love to see it.
Come on,
Still
bounce,
now.
blow, and send it their way again. Dang it.
Okay, Jordan.
Okay.
Who cares about
okay,
me,
do
so
I have the moon? Because this is I need to get rid of
The
it.
moon.
Moon worked. No, moon didn't work.
Another bounce blow.
You know what? I didn't score on myself, so I'll take it. Listen, small victories. Just gotta take them where you can get them.
And what do they do with this? Maybe start thinking about some defense on this.
Yeah, if you guys got like stuff that will build up, make a wall in front of our net so that it's harder to.
Bulger.
Yeah.
Garbage.
Nope. There we go.
Garbage. Or like try to like make a slope at the end of their sides so that shit will fall in there, right?
Come on, water balloon.
Or just go banana.
Go grapefruit.
Shit.
No!
Yay!
That's not what I wanted to do.
That was insulting, game. I was building the mountain that you climb.
It went right above.
Right over it, up and around. And this is why this game is basically pachinko. There's no skill involved. If you're lucky, you're on the winning side.
Oh shit. I need to do something. Crap.
Well, that's a thing.
That's Rohit in a nutshell. Shit, I need to do something. Oh crap.
In
Our
the hole.
latest.
Why do you keep giving it to me? I don't want this shit.
Oh, you want it. You just don't want the
Because I know you screwed up.
No, I'm fucking Jon Snow up in here. I don't want it. I don't want it.
I don't
Take
want
it
it.
away.
I don't want it.
I just want to fuck my cousin. I don't want it.
You're not a dragon.
Actually, he wants to fuck his aunt. Never mind.
I mean, wait, wrong way. Well, you know what? More definable.
Copy that.
Come on, bigger. Shit.
Jeez.
All right, now it's
Where
Pedro's
was
turn.
that in 1v1?
Now it's in the other hole.
Now it's in Pedro's hole. How do you feel
Yes.
having balls in your hole?
I have a ball container for you. No, this doesn't end well, does it? Does it?
No,
Maybe.
bouncy.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
And back to me.
Back to Jordan's hole.
And back to this bullshit. All right.
I love this. It gets there and it's like, fuck gravity.
And you know, it just, you know what?
It's
It
like
loves me.
Skyriming up the wall.
Can
Yeah.
it just really loves me. That's it.
I don't have. I guess I wasted shot. Ooh, done.
Stay away, Josh.
Ah,
Aha. Bounce. No. All right.
nay.
All right. At least it's not back in my fucking face. I'm
Go
tired
for
of
it,
looking
Rocket.
at this ball.
I don't know what's the right weapon. I still don't know what these weapons do.
No one does.
It's kind of the thing, yeah.
I think that was SSJ2.
Yeah,
No,
I'm
that
not
has
sure.
more lightning. I think this is just Kaioken. Kaioken.
Times 10.
Fucking damn it. Okay.
Hey,
all right,
it went out of the hole.
All right. Progress. It's going in the right direction. All right. What kind of shit do I have to build up our defense? Oh, no, that's not. God damn it! I pressed the wrong
Yeah.
button.
You done goofed.
The best I can do with this is like random bullshit engage.
You know what? You gotta Moon Knight it, man. Random bullshit go.
Fuck.
Ah, come on. That was so close.
No. Oh wow. That was. Wow.
Now they have
you know
a
what?
wall in front of their goal.
I'm glad I did nothing because at least I didn't do that. Jesus Christ.
Who's going? Oh. Well done, Atomic.
Come
Well done.
on, dang it.
Cover me with your cactus shower.
It's already
Actually, not.
flat.
I have an idea.
Uh-oh.
Dish, girlfriend.
Thinking gives
Oh,
you
no.
wrinkles, Mr. Alert.
When he gets an idea, that's dangerous.
Nope.
I like your idea, Mr. Alert. Damn it.
Well, you know what? It was for naught. Because fuck you.
Sometimes you kick the earth, sometimes the earth kicks back.
Yeah.
What the hell?
In the
just
hole.
happened there?
Come on.
I'm down
Get in
with
the
this.
hole.
Down the
Get in
hole.
the hole. Get in the hole. Get in the
Go
hole.
in the hole.
Just
God
get in the
damn it, ball.
No,
Stop bouncing.
No. Bad ball. Bad ball. Get in the hole. Get in the hole.
Right,
Yes.
there we
In
go.
the hole. In the hole.
Yeah,
And
bounce.
in the
There
hole.
we go.
Yeah,
It's Morbin time. There we go.
Oh, yeah.
It's Morbin time.
Okay, you know what? I'm just going to leave
Oh
that
god,
alone.
I'm morbing.
I'm gonna morb.
We have two. I'm not confident in this lead, gentlemen. Come on. Come on. Oh, curse.
It's Morbin time.
It's more, oh no, I morbed my pants.
Oh,
I done morbed myself, Lurleen.
game, as often as you've given us an R in go fuck yourself, we could take one right now. No.
Shit.
Yeah. That was me.
No, that was two.
That
Still only counts as one. No, it didn't. God,
No, it didn't.
shut up, Gimli. Don't jinx us. All right, Henry Twinkler. I'm invoking the power of the fawns.
double twinkle. Maximum twinkle. Okay.
Shit.
Down the hole.
Bong bong.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you, Henry Winkler. Thank you, Tank Wiener.
Please.
You can do it, Nikki. Cover Henry Winkler in these.
Boing. Down the hole.
Yes,
Down the hole.
yes.
Yes.
No, I failed you all. The moons.
Oh. Oop.
Chicken. Damn it.
Uh-huh. All right.
Old faithful.
Aim for Jordan.
When in doubt.
When in doubt, aim for my face.
We have 30 seconds left in the match. This could go either way. I don't think we're going to go into overtime, but
Well, now that you fucking say it, man.
that's how you get overtime,
Pathetic.
baby. Ooh.
I think that was the end of that.
Hey,
Oh yeah.
I
No, I
worked
don't wanna hear
so
the music.
hard and got so far, and in the end,
You get to listen to Mr. Alert's win music now.
I'm down with that.
I leveled up. Hey, I'm level 33 now. I got a tank upgrade. I got a tank wiener.
I just got
I got
31 coins.
I got the arrow. I'm
Nothing
a
you
I'm a
want back
regular Oliver Queen now. I got the ledge. What am I gonna put my upgrade in? What's the next closest
Okay,
one?
Pedro. What's the last mode of the night?
Juggernaut
Bitch.
with like insanity modifiers. I don't know.
Only if someone wants to join.
Well, there's an open slot.
Yep.
I don't need anybody to join. Just change it to 7, man. Which I've done.
All right, I'm gonna increase my mana bar.
Gesundheit.
I'm so hungry. This is hungry burps.
I too need foods.
I
Ladies
need
and
to
gentlemen.
go grocery shopping. This is my real problem here. We're at the assorted condiment plate for a snack.
Let's see, ketchup, mayo, mustard. Like,
I got
that's
close to
lunch.
that on like Tuesday, man. It's like, fuck. All right, yes.
we need to go to a store and buy some food.
This is getting dangerously below adulting levels.
Sucking on a bottle of mustard,
Right after I finish this delicious bottle of mustard. Yes.
right? Well, of course, right? Because you got to justify buying the new thing of mustard, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this one has your mouth all over it, so you don't want
I
to.
think about like 3 or 4 different types. Last time.
Of drinking mustard.
Just drinking, sipping mustard, you
Just- yeah,
fucking
yeah.
barbarian.
Well,
cultured.
I mean, this
Hey,
is what
Foxy.
this is what I do with the cheese. We got like the cooking cheese and the eating cheese.
Ah,
Because like,
Ah,
because otherwise, like, we'll buy a block of cheese and that'll.
Oh
just
shit, I'm the juggernaut.
bitch.
All right, Pedro. Guess what? I'm gonna fuck you up. You can't escape.
Wait, so we only tied the Juggernaut?
I mean, you can shoot whoever you want, it just won't count. God damn it. Really? Ow. Stop. Quit.
Smack them.
That's what I
in the
thought.
face.
You better stop.
You know what? Have some gravies. Wait, do I have shank? No. But I can't just shoot you with a Glock in the back of the head, which under normal circumstances will just kill you.
Okay.
Oh, there's no friendly fire. Okay. I was wondering.
Well, now I have a spike up my butt.
Well, at least I have ranging in. Well, you did that to yourself.
Listen, I never had any illusion. See, as it turns out,
What?
I'm awesome, and Pedro
That went
is the
through
worst.
you. I can see the
Yeah.
tracer. That's gone through you.
Yeah, because
What?
Hey,
as
man,
it
I
turns
don't want to hear
out,
anything.
as it turns out, you just fucking suck.
Lie.
Great.
That seems unfair.
I'm just the best, man. You can't compare to me.
Skirt.
It's like in DBZ where Goku just avoids like the projectile.
Come on, Rainbow Bright as us. God
Backup.
damn it. All right.
I sniped him right in the face. That felt good.
Pitcher, I'm going to need you to remain perfectly stationary so I continue to zero in.
Stop.
I can't move because I'm on a bit of a slope now.
Take your time, Ven. Will do. No problem.
Have a water blade.
Well,
Wow,
I can't move now.
Okay.
How's it going down there, Alan? How's it doing?
Down and
All right.
Yeah, all right?
No. What the?
Boop.
Bonk.
God damn it.
Okay. Round 3
Boundary.
of just unloading my shit into Pedro. All right.
Giggity.
Pork barbecue sandwich down here, so I'm pretty content.
Man, I want a barbecue sandwich. That sounds amazing.
Well, hey, I just remembered that I really cranked up the wind on this, so McLeod, pay attention to them.
The winds. McLeod.
Yeah, did you hear the thing that went by? It was all like wind, wind, wind.
The wind. Well, you know, it took him long enough of actually trying to kill me, so I'll take that as a victory.
That's the thing, I had the sniper, but I was like, should I use the sniper? Maybe not use the sniper, maybe use something else. No, the game is just gonna
What the fuck? It's such a
What are
short
these
dodging.
member berries? I'm confused.
better than
Apparently he's
member
powering up.
berries.
Apparently he's powering up the special beam cannon or the garlic gun.
Yeah,
Shit.
sure.
I don't know. He's
Too
like
short.
sucking in purple shit.
Pedro just did more damage to himself than we have. So
I know, that's great.
keep
Yes.
it up, bro. You got it.
630 hit points left. It's doable. Assuming you guys hit every once in a while, that would sincerely help. Rohit's health is hidden by the terrain. You don't know how
I'm
much health he has
sorry,
left.
what did you say, Corpse?
I have 12, Jordan.
I said,
Ah. Okay, whatever. Make it rain. Bonk.
I will never understand aiming in this game, or how much power to apply to your shots.
No idea.
Yes, that's how much
Yeah.
power you apply.
I mean, like, you got to do some range finding shots, right?
Goodbye.
Well, not anymore.
Not when you're the Juggernaut. You just gotta be ish.
Yeah. Back that ass up, Alan.
And you can just wreck 25% of their health.
Oh, you're going for the bank shot, huh?
I guess.
How good are you at trigonometry?
No.
It just spawns the drone.
It ignores the bank. Yes.
So much sperm.
Good froggies.
Ah, man. We've been over this. You're not allowed to use the frog shield.
Use the frogs, Grogu.
They're full of hops. Shit!
God
I
damn
missed
it.
that X2.
Sparkle, sparkle.
You know what? I'll admit, I chuckled at that.
Get sucked, Pedro.
I'm just gonna, stand here and enjoy the big suck. That was a critical hit.
Get up.
Ooh. Right on the bum bum.
I'll have you know, Pedro, 20, possibly
404,
22
HP
more
not
of those, and you're going down.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
That's the spirit.
Backfired.
That yeah.
Oh, you know what? You clip the edge of the ledge. That's what happened.
Probably, yeah.
The terrain in this is like always real tricky. You never know.
Oh,
What?
good. No friendly fire. Big fan of that.
Hey, I got some weapons. All right.
Is this a joke to you, AI?
Yes.
Clearly.
This is its revenge for
Well.
Dolly Mini. All right. Well, we got the two pros here.
I'm dead. The best I can do was kill the people that I've killed.
I don't know. I think Michael's fallen asleep at this point.
Maybe. He's a sleepy fox. Well, that fucking sucked.
Yay, water balloon.
Blorp. Well,
Alan, you should have stayed inside
Alan
the
moves
sphere.
a little too much for my liking.
Yeah.
bonjour.
You can shoot out of the sphere, just not in it.
Gesundheit.
Moons.
Okay.
It's the fucking moons.
Hey, man, sometimes you just gotta be like, moons, question mark?
Moon question mark?
Shit.
When in doubt, la lune.
I would have stayed under that portal. Oh, no. That's like drunks with flashlights.
Dun, 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 dun. Is that a whoopee cushion?
Crap.
Good.
That's what it sounds like.
Oh shit, is that the 32X playing some music? Oh yeah.
Damn.
Gotta love that Sega 32X.
Hey, man. It had a game, but
It had Doom.
16 game. Yeah, I had Doom for it.
Oh yeah, it had that game I showed at that convention, that Cosmic Carnage, the Mortal Kombat
yes,
ripoff.
yes.
Cosmic Con Carne?
That was
God damn it.
that's giving Cosmic Carnage a whole lot of credit for all the Mortal Kombat ripoff.
Anyone play like Eternal Champions?
That sounds familiar as fuck.
That was
on
always
Mega Drive?
I've seen it on YouTube.
Wait.
Come on.
It was
Yes.
Oh.
It was on the Genesis.
Right, that was that was also a violent game, right?
Thank you. I'm pretty sure that both Alan and Foxy were going easy on me, so thank you.
No, we all just suck.
I would just like to say Nori's gonna get woken up for this.
You guys.
I won.
I won. Thank you, Pedro, for not having win music. I thank you.
I specifically
Well, I gotta
disabled
claim
the
my
win
daily win
music for
bonus.
myself.
Let's see.
Oh
do
man,
I get
beautiful
do I
people.
get
Thanks for
shit?
showing up, hanging
Got
out with
one
us.
coin.
It was a good time. We'll be back next week, starting at 7:30 for patrons. If you want to pop into the pre super shows, we'll be there doing this thing, and 8:30 right back here on Twitch. I'll be back Tuesday with my fellow filthy casuals for a little bit of Trackmania, where grandpas and grandmas try to get good. We'll see you then. Good night, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
But we love you. I like this capital but like, but.
Although.